Can you hear it? It's the sound of hope and health and strength. It's the sound of compassion, of open doors, where people and machines are in tune and miracles occur. It's the sound of personalized healthcare and active communities. It sounds like life, and it's what you hear when you really listen.
Duty, honor, country.
Hi, Rambo. Hey, Rambo. We need to go over some reports. So we had a great second quarter. We opened several new accounts and got new deposits.
Can you hear it? It's the sound of hope and health and strength. It's the sound of compassion, of open doors, where people and machines are in tune and miracles occur. It's the sound of personalized healthcare and active communities. It sounds like life, and it's what you hear when you really listen.
Duty, honor, country.
Hi, Rambo. Hey, Rambo. We need to go over some reports. So we had a great second quarter. We opened several new accounts and got new deposits.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Owasso Stadium. Please direct your attention to the field for the Owasso Spirit Groups. And the Pride of Owasso gets set to bring you this evening's pregame festivities. Now come on, Rams, get on your feet. It's time for Owasso Ram Football.
I think we're good to know the essential personnel. Until I didn't know. We're going to do
The United States Army. The United States Coast Guard.
High School, where Ram football presented by InsideOwasso.com is officially on the air for the 2020 season. I'm Grant Merrill along with Steve Mowry and Kelly Ward. Thought this day would never come. It's always a long summer waiting on the high school football season. But, Steve, this wait was especially long not knowing if we would ever get to play this day. So we're glad to be here. We're glad to have football on the field here in Owasso, and we're looking forward to a great game this evening with the Wolves of Edmond Santa Fe.
Well, and obviously with everything that's gone on through the spring sports, through the summer, and even into the uncertainty of this time of the season, we're just glad that we're on the field. Had a chance to speak with the coaches and players before the game, and the common theme was we're just glad we're here. We're just glad we have the opportunity to be out here because, quite honestly, Grant, we haven't called a game in about 6 months with no baseball season to speak of, and this is the first time in some time that we've had any type of Owasso High School sporting event.
The last game we called was the last Owasso basketball game down at Catoosa when they got knocked out of the state tournament. And, we were planning on a full slate. We were going to go to Florida and go with the baseball team and broadcast some of their games down in the Lakeland area. And then, of course, you get the call. Look, this isn't happening, and it was a tough spring, a tough summer. I know Larry Turner down the hallway. We always said amongst ourselves he was probably crying himself to sleep at night because he had a state championship caliber team that was just a sight to behold on paper, and we thought they could have gone all the way. Of course, so many opportunities taken, but now so many opportunities ahead of us in this fall. We're just hoping we can pull it all together. This place looks different. I'm going to tell you that right now. Many of you watching on the Owasso Sports Network, which, by the way, this year is powered by Hometown Insurance, you can see that, there is social distancing being enforced. You've got 6 feet between most of the people, masks being worn everywhere. And this stadium, which is usually shoulder to shoulder with people, at 30% capacity, Steve, and a 30% crowd. That's not something the Rams have ever been used to at home.
No, this is something completely new, not only for Owasso, but for schools throughout Oklahoma. And you're exactly right. It's a very different look as we see the scattered crowd here this evening. It's a good crowd, but it's also only a reserved crowd. And I don't know, Grant, you might say we've got maybe 700-800 people. It's hard to judge with so much space in between each family.
All right, we're going to pause for the playing of the national anthem here at Owasso Stadium. And when we come back, we will meet our Owasso Rams, and we'll give you the starting lineups as well for the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football, presented by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM.
Can you hear it? It's the sound of hope and health and strength. It's the sound of compassion, of open doors, where people and machines are in tune and miracles occur. It's the sound of personalized healthcare and active communities. It sounds like life, and it's what you hear when you really listen.
Duty, honor, country.
Hi, Rambo. Hey, Rambo. We need to go over some reports. So we had a great second quarter. We opened several new accounts and got new deposits.
Having an Oklahoma school that we're pretty well familiar with. They had quite the year last year. They pulled some upsets on this side of the state over teams like Broken Arrow, Union. They beat Jinx as well. I mean, this is a team that's the real deal. We just got word today that this morning, Angelo Rankin, one of their key players, he's a wide receiver, a junior. He committed to the Naval Academy. I mean, these are the type of the caliber of the players that are on this Edmond Santa Fe team. So we've got our work cut out for us tonight.
Well, and they've got a linebacker in Colin Oliver who's an OSU commit as well. So they've got some serious D1 players on their ball club, just as you mentioned. And then also you've got Jonathan Ashford. He's just a sophomore, but he's 6'5", 320, and certainly someone you'll have to look for on that offensive line. What's going to be interesting tonight, though, Grant, is the fact that pretty warm down on the field right now. Temperature running around 95, 96, or even better. Not a lot of breeze. We can see the flag movement over on the far end zone, but not much breeze down on the field. And Edmond Santa Fe relies on their athletes going on offense and defense. So it'll be interesting to watch maybe through the middle of the second quarter and into the third quarter how well they're able to adjust in this heat.
I know that as we take a look at our keys to victory, they are brought to you by First Baptist Church of Owasso, and of course Chris Wall, Chad Balthrop, their whole crew inviting you to come visit them this Sunday. If you can't visit them online, visit them in person, visit them online. They're ready to take care of you. So your keys to victory, what are they tonight, Steve?
Well, I think the first thing is we're all living under different circumstances. This is an oddity here this evening with the crowd, the masks, the social distancing, and I think once the Rams get on the field and they are able to hit one another, it's just going to be, some sense of normalcy, if we can even use that word now. I think the keys are going to be the Rams, very strong up front on the offensive line, a lot of experience coming there, good size. Interesting enough, I think one of the keys is going to be quarterback play for the Owasso Rams. 2 quarterbacks that will be taking snaps here tonight for the Rams. The senior move-in from Claremore, Seth Hammer, will start out for us, and then Austin Havens, a sophomore, both 6'3", both 185, both very good-sized, strong quarterbacks. So I think early on we're just going to see how do they adjust to 6A football here on this field. And then defensively, 2 of the best linebackers that you'll find in the state of Oklahoma, who I think can set the tone for the Owasso Rams, Ahmad Triplett and Brendan Dye, and then also special teams coming into effect as well. So this is one of those early on in 0-week fill-out games, and we'll just see how the Rams are able to respond. Edmond Santa Fe is the West Side darling, if you will. They come in ranked number 6 in the state, and of course the Owasso Rams, the defending state champions, on a 13-game winning streak, trying to continue that.
Here we go.
I was born for this.
Touchdown, Owasso!
I was born for this. It's how
Oh, my goodness!
through my veins. I'm here to stay, never gonna quit. I was born for this.
Touchdown, Keelan Carney into the end zone. He goes. Give him 6. Touchdown, Owasso Rams. Cole Adams, ladies and gentlemen.
The dream season is complete. The Rams rule Class 6A1.
I was born for this. I was born for this. I was born for this. I was born for this.
Oh, Hayden Grant just tackled everybody.
I was born for this. It's how I was made, running through my veins. I'm here to stay, never gonna quit. I was born for this.
He's drilled by an Owasso defender. The football's loose and picked up, taken into the end zone. Touchdown, Owasso.
For this, I was born for this. I was born for this.
Off.
Yes.
And they're not doing that anymore, or at least in this game at midfield, as we again recognize social distancing and that, although they're going to be tackling one another on the field. So we will get this game going here as Hagan Hood's going to tee it up for the Rams.
Teeing it up at the 40-yard line. They'll send 3 deep back to the 10-yard line. Edmond Santa Fe, as we mentioned, again moving from left to right on the radio dial. And they'll send El Tremaine Neal, the junior, back near the 11-yard line to receive the kickoff. 12 minutes put on the clock. Glad you're with us here on the Owasso Sports Network, powered by Hometown Insurance and Agent Keith 2, and on 100.1 KYFM. Here we go. The football season is underway. The end-over-end kick bouncing in the end zone. That'll be a touchback for Edmond Santa Fe. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line to get things started tonight, Steve.
Well, and one of the big spots for Owasso on the defensive line, Michael Jamerson, a 6'1", 295-pound defensive tackle. He wreaks a lot of havoc in there, and he's the leader on the line, but he's got some big horses around him as well, and those linebackers are going to be very active. You'll be hearing us call Brendan Dye and Ahmad Triplett all night long. As you mentioned earlier, Angelo Rankin has committed to the Navy, but Ahmad Triplett to the Army, and Dylan Gilbert to the Air Force. So 3 players here tonight committed to the service academies.
Twins to the left, one man to the right. Scotty Pfeiffer, the starting quarterback. He's also the son of the quarterback's coach, as you heard Greg Merrick talk about earlier. He'll connect with an open man down near the 28-yard line. And on the run there, the talented Talon Shetron, another guy we heard about in the pregame show. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 4 for the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves.
Just an underneath throw to the left side. Brendan Dye out there quickly to make the tackle. It's going to be 2nd and short for the Wolves.
Here we go. Wolves under center. Pfeiffer, the quarterback, with one man behind him. Handoff, first man through. He's going to get up to about the 29-yard line. Fumble. Who's got it? Owasso has it, and they will take over on the Edmond Santa Fe 29-yard line. Just like that, we are literally 37 seconds into this ball game, and we've already got the football.
Great job that, Terry. I couldn't see with all the humanity there in the middle, but the ball was on the ground, and the Rams very quick to recover. This is how you like to start your offense, is give them a short field, as the Rams will start 1st and 10 from the Wolves' 29-yard line. That should make the quarterback feel more comfortable coming out on his first series.
Seth Hammer in his first official capacity as a Ram quarterback, getting ready to take the snap for the first time. Or actually, Trey Goins in at quarterback. Is that what we're seeing? Handoff. First man through is going to be Cole Adams. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown to Owasso. 6 on the board already at the 11-15 mark. And Owasso is already on top in the first game of the season.
That didn't take long, and Cole Adams didn't take long either, as he just scampered into the end zone.
Wow. 11:15 left to play. We will see what they do here as Hagen Hood is ready to try to kick the extra point. 11:15 left to go here. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick. It is up on the way. It is good, and it's 7-0 Owasso. This touchdown brought to you by Owasso First Assembly of God, reminding you services start at 10:30 this Sunday, and Pastor Bruce McCarty and his crew welcoming you into their services. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football, presented by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM.
Can you hear it? It's the sound of hope and health and strength. It's the sound of compassion, of open doors, where people and machines are in tune and miracles occur. It's the sound of personalized healthcare and active communities. It sounds like life, and it's what you hear when you really listen.
And on the Owasso Sports Network, powered by Hometown Insurance and Agent Keith, too. He's, of course, right there behind Goodwill in the Three Lakes office complex. And you can go see him for a competitive quote on your insurance today. For the second time in this ball game, El Tremaine Neal back at the about the 5-yard line to receive things. The end-over-end kick back to Ward Neal. He's going to catch it at the 1 on his horse. He'll get to the 10, to the 15, up to the 20, up to the 25-yard line. That is where he is brought down by an Owasso defender, and on that stop is Christian Ray for the Rams. 11:08 left to go. If you're just joining us on radio, Owasso leading at 7-0 as they recovered a fumble, and then on one play ran it in as Cole Adams skipped into the end zone and put 6 on the board, Steve.
Didn't take long. That's how you like to settle into a ball game, and that really settles this ball club down. You get one turnover and one play, one touchdown drive, and it's a 7-0 lead all of a sudden for the Rams.
And then a surprise with Trey Goins in at quarterback.
Didn't see that coming.
Thought it was going to be Austin Havens or it was going to be Seth Hammer, but it was Trey Goins. Flag on the play now as the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves. Yeah, it's going to be on Owasso as they couldn't launch here, and that's going to move it up to first down and 5 now for Edmond Santa Fe. 11:08 left to go in the first quarter. Don't forget you can follow InsideOwasso.com on Facebook for scoring updates throughout the ball game. Ryan Merrill is behind the controls of our social media tonight, and he'll be keeping everybody up to date. Trips to the left now. Pfeiffer, the quarterback for the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves, takes it off the right hash mark, fakes a handoff as he rolls left. Looking, he slides in to the 24-yard line there as he loses his footing, and he had a lot of pressure placed on him by the Owasso defense there, Steve.
Christian Ray burst into the backfield and really moved him out of the pocket, was unable to finish the play, but there was a mod triplet to make sure that the quarterback goes down, so a significant loss of down and loss of yardage on that play.
7 yards for the loss as they had, of course, advanced on that penalty to the first down and 5. Now it's 2nd and 12. Pfeiffer splitting the hash marks as he drops back, rolls out to the right, looking for somebody to pass it to, and his pass deflected as he got it out of his arms, and then there Owasso's defense was to stop him again.
So, Grant, here's one of the things I see early on, and we didn't really talk about it. We did see it on that first play. We're going to have a post-play penalty here, and let's see what that's going to be. But I see the speed of the Owasso Rams being a significant factor here in the early going. We saw the run by Cole Adams, and that time as a quarterback on a delay on a purpose roll out to the right, and the Rams just blew that up. So now the penalty coming into play here, and it is going to be, we're waiting on the call from the referee and do not see an indication.
Owasso leading at 7-0 if you're just joining us. 10:25 left to go.
Roughing the passer?
First quarter. Yeah, it's a roughing the passer.
Intentional grounding is what they're saying, and loss of down. Okay.
So, yeah, intentional grounding. He threw it out of bounds there, and they'll knock him back to about the 8-yard line. 10:25 left to play here.
Beautiful night here in Owasso, though, with this crowd and fans, and excited to see these kids on the play. Here's a big third down, Grant, and a long way to go for the Wolves.
Third down in about 1.5 miles. Pfeiffer ready to take it right here from about the 8-yard line. Dropping back to throw. He'll look to make up that lost ground as he guns it up the middle. Pass falls incomplete, and that'll bring fourth down for the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves.
Intended receiver was Angelo Rankin, but it was out of his reach, and there in deep coverage was Gage Laney, the returning sophomore at free safety, and he's a headhunter back there in the back.
10:20 left to go here as they're going to kick it away. Glad you're with us tonight on 100.1 KYFM.
So it's fourth down. They got about 30 yards to go. I'm not sure why you really need a huddle, but they're going to huddle up, are the Wolves. And they had a first down at their own 26-yard line. Now they're going to be punting from deep in their own end zone.
And back to receive, as we mentioned, is Gage Laney. He'll set up shop at about the 46-yard line. As here comes, they fake it. He's going to run for it. And he gets to the 5, the 10, the 15, brought down at about the
Brendan Dye says, yeah, you're not going to get to the 20-yard line. I'm not sure they meant to do that.
No, I don't think they did.
It was a high snap and to the right of the punter. He had time to make the punt, even though there was pressure coming from his right side, and he just took off. And so, again, it's just like a turnover, Grant. They are going to have the Owasso Rams great field position starting now inside the Santa Fe 20-yard line at the 18-yard line.
So we will see now this time. It looks like Seth Hammer's finally getting his first action of the ball game. The 6'3", 185-pound senior. He'll hand off. First man through is going to get up to about the 18. And on the run there, Hagan Hood for the Owasso Rams. And that is going to bring up second down at about 5 from the 13-yard line. 9:52 left to go in this first quarter. 7-0 our score if you're just joining us on KYFM. Appreciate you watching on the Owasso Sports Network tonight. We know our audience may be a lot larger with the reduced stadium capacity, but we appreciate all of you tuned in out there. Hagan Hood next to the quarterback. And this time it's back to Trey Goins. Goins on the keeper, runs forward up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown Owasso. So it's now 13-0, 9:25 left to go in this first quarter. That was easy enough, brother.
Well, not only that, they're using Trey Goins in something we've never even seen or heard about. And basically the Rams are running a wildcat formation. And Trey read the defensive ends crashing in, and he had a big hole up the middle and was unabated to the end zone.
So the hold is coming. Hagen Hood is going to try to kick the extra point here. 9:25 left to play. And he'll try to make it a 14-0 ball game. The hold, the kick, Hood's kick is through the uprights and good, and it is 14-0. This touchdown brought to you by Owasso First Assembly of God, inviting you to visit them online, as they, of course, will have their Sunday services ready to go online if you're not comfortable coming in person, or you can visit them. They're actually hosting and opening their sanctuary this weekend. That's at Sunday morning. Owasso First Assembly, a proud supporter of the Owasso Rams. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Owasso Ram football on 100.1 KYFM.
Blue team, honor, country.
This first quarter, we were just visiting in the timeout about how nice it is to be back on the football field this evening. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry, Kelly Ward down on the sideline tonight. Eagle Eye Rob Williams is keeping the numbers for us, and Brandon Brewer in the booth with us. I don't know what we did to get graced by such a high caliber broadcast crew tonight, with Brandon finishing it off this evening, and we're glad to have him here. So for the third time in less than 3 minutes, El Tremaine Neal is back deep to receive for the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves. He'll set up shop at about the 6-yard line. Here comes the kick from Hagen Hood. It's end over end, and it is going to be fielded at the 5-yard line. Neal on the run gets to the 15, to the 20, up to about the 28-yard line, and that's where he's brought down. 1st and 10, Edmond Santa Fe. And they'll mark that off at, as we mentioned, about the 28. So it's where they'll have it 1st and 10, 9:19 left to go in this first quarter.
Well, so far, the Rams do not look as though they've had any hangover.
No.
From lack of spring practice or 7-on-7.
And they're looking pretty good tonight.
Of course, it's a lot easier when you have starting field position at the 29-yard line and the 18-yard line. So
Pfeiffer, the quarterback, and he's ready to roll here. He'll take it out of the gun with twins to the left and one man to the right off the right hash mark. Handoff, first man through. Gets to about the 32-yard line. I'll tell you who that is here in just a second. 9:10 left to play here. Clock rolling. It's 14-0. On the carry, that'll bring up 2nd and 6 after a 4-yard run. Pfeiffer ready to take the snap here. He's right between the hash marks. Those twins to the left and that one man to the right. Handoff, first man through again, getting up to about the 32-yard line.
not much room as they try that right side. Ram defensive line maybe doesn't match up as well size-wise, but strength and speed, they are tough up front in the trenches.
From the 35-yard line, here's the third down. Third down and about 3 to go now for Edmond Santa Fe and the Wolves.
Want to find Chatron here on the near side.
And now dropping back to throw. Pfeiffer guns it up the middle. It's off the fingertips of his intended receiver there, Jeremiah Tibbs. That'll bring up fourth down and about 4 to go.
That one's going to be on the receiver because that was a good throw right into his hands, and those are the kinds of things that a team like Edmond Santa Fe cannot afford to make those kinds of mistakes.
So Gage Laney will be back deep to receive for the Owasso Rams. Rams moving from right to left on the radio dial. Eagle Eye Rob Williams furiously preparing numbers for another J & Company CPA by the number stats update. On 4th down and 4, Edmond Santa Fe ready to kick it away. Laney back to about the 28-yard line.
Probably won't try to fake this time.
No. Here comes the kick. Oh, it's blocked. And it's going to be picked up, I believe, by Owasso. They're signaling that the Rams have it. The players are anyway.
Well, they would have it.
And they got it.
They would have it anyway because it was a block punt, but that wasn't all on the punter either, Grant, because that ball took 3 hops before it got back to him. But again, the Rams causing a lot of confusion up front, off the ball quickly, and they're going to have great starting field position again. Each of these first 3 series offensively for Owasso have begun inside the Edmond Santa Fe 30-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 32. And this defense is just keeping Edmond Santa Fe trapped tonight. I mean, it is a massive deal here. We've got another Owasso Coffee Company timeout. We'll take it with them and be back right after this in 1 minute. 7:58 left to play. It's Owasso 14, Edmond Santa Fe nothing. You're listening to Owasso Ram football on 100.1 KYFM.
Hi, Rambo. Hey, Rambo. We need to go over some reports. So we had a great second quarter. We opened several new accounts and got new deposits.
Back here at Owasso High School Stadium, Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry, Kelly Ward along with you, Rob Williams on stats tonight, Brandon Brewer punching the buttons on TV, and here's a handoff and a double throw here, a catch at the 5-yard line, touchdown Owasso, into the end zone goes Jeray Austin, and we have put another 6 on the board, 20-0 as Cole Adams ended up dropping back to throw after getting a quick toss from the quarterback. Punched it up to Jeray Austin, who was at the 5-yard line, and into the end zone he went, Steve.
Absolutely no one back as everyone in the defensive secondary bit on that running play, and it was an easy toss. It was almost so wide open you just hoped that it got there. Austin made sure that he made the catch and then spun into the end zone.
So Hagen Hood will have another chance to kick an extra point here. Here it is, end over end through the uprights and good. It's 21-0. This touchdown brought to you by Owasso First Assembly of God, who's getting their money's worth tonight as they will welcome you on Sunday morning to their services either in person or online. Pastor Bruce McCarty and Owasso Assembly of God ready to take you into their congregation this Sunday. You're listening to Owasso Ram football. We're back in 30 seconds on 100.1 KYFM. .49 left to go in this first quarter of play, and it's already 21-0, Steve. And for the umpteenth time in this ball game, the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves ready to go back to return a kick here.
Rams have scored on 1 play, 2 plays, and 1 play.
You're
That's offensive production.
Your Jay and Company by the number stats update.
Doesn't think if you could combine all those possessions together, it's under 2 minutes for 3 scores.
Talon Shetron is the man back deep to receive. We heard all about him in the pregame show. You heard Bill Blankenship and Greg Merritt both talking about Talon Shetron and the talented approach that he brings to the ball game. We're going to tee it up at the 40-yard line. Hagen Hood getting ready to kick it from right to left. It's a short kick this time, and it's going to bounce out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. And the flags fly in the air.
Yeah, we're going to have either an unsportsmanlike conduct or a late hit on the Rams. That ball was the high onside kick that went out of bounds, and one of the Rams came up and exploded into one of the Edmond Santa Fe players. So they're going to get their best starting field position of the night. They're just going to call a procedure call out of bounds. We dodged one there.
So Edmond Santa Fe will take it at the 35-yard line. That may be the closest they've been to the midfield tonight.
That's still their best starting field position. You're right.
Twins to the right, one-man split to the left. Pfeiffer is the quarterback. He'll take it off the right hash mark. Pfeiffer looking back to throw. He'll sling it up the middle, and there's nobody there to get it, as his intended receiver there was big number 23, Angelo Rankin, who is the Naval Academy commit.
And Rankin already showing some frustration as his junior quarterback has just not been able to get the football to his talented receiver. But that pressure that this Ram defense has brought early on, I think has shortened quarterback Scotty Pfeiffer's eyes as he's been under duress most of this first quarter.
Pfeiffer with twins to the left, one man to the right. Handoff, first man through is going to get up the left side. He'll get up to about the 39-yard line.
Tackle made out there by Josiah Stevens, a 6', 215-pound defensive lineman, doing a fantastic job on that right side. The big fella on the line for Edmond Santa Fe is at the right tackle.
21-0 if you're just joining us. Owasso on top so far. Back to throw, Pfeiffer looking. He'll sling it up the right side of the field this time. He almost connected with an open receiver in Angelo Rankin, and there was Gage Laney to break up that pass.
Had a chance to talk to Gage before the game and said, blow somebody up tonight. I didn't expect him to do it there in the first quarter.
Well, that was explosive right there.
Pass was on the money, and Rankin, I don't know that he was aware the Ram free safety was that close behind him, but fantastic timing by Gage Laney to meet the receiver as soon as the football touched his hands.
Another fourth down for the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves, 4th and 7 from about the 38-yard line. 7:05 left to play here. 21-0 our score.
Edmond Santa Fe with only 7 total yards here in this first quarter so far.
Ready to kick it away for the Wolves. I believe that's Lane Morgan down there. Another flag flying.
It's going to be a procedure call. I believe that's going to be illegal substitution is what they're.
So that is going to knock Edmond Santa Fe back even more.
And it's just a procedure call. Should be 5 yards back, I believe.
And that'll put him at the 33-yard line. 7:05 left to go. That'll bring up 4th down and 12 now. As the Wolves get ready to kick it away, and Gage Laney sets up shop at the 29-yard line. Here comes the kick. It is caught by Laney at the 30. He almost loses his footing, trying to get around a defender. Fumble on the play. I think he recovered it.
Yeah, it'll be the Rams' ball. He was fortunate that he got a fortuitous bounce right back into his arms.
Well, that is as far back as the Owasso Rams have been in their own backfield here. 6:54 left to play in this first quarter. And really, that's the only sign of any play that's gone wrong for the Rams tonight.
Everything going their way on the offensive end. They'll take over at their own 30-yard line, so obviously the longest position on the field they've had to start this evening.
Seth Hammer is in at quarterback, twins to the left. Man in motion to the left now is a handoff fake to Hammer up the middle, gets up to about the 32. And that's going to be a gain of about 2 on the play to bring up 2nd and 8.
Rams with a lot of speed at their wide receiver position. He faked the handoff that time to Ronnie Thomas as Hammer trying to get adjusted to making the reads in the pocket.
Thomas and Keelan Carney split to the right. Cole Adams out to the left as he gets a word from Hammer, who takes his spot in the shotgun.
You got Cole Adams on single coverage here on the near side.
Hammer faking a handoff again, throwing left this time and connecting with Trey Goins. He'll get to the 40, up to the 45, up to the 50, brought down at the 49-yard line by the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves, and that's a Duralast Roofing Solutions first down, the first one we get to call tonight.
So they did send Cole Adams deep, but they had Trey Goins underneath, and Grant, that's the difference between seeing Trey as a sophomore and now as a senior. He is a man among boys.
Twins to the right, Hammer dropping back to throw again. He'll sling it up the left side of the field this time, looking, connecting with an open man. Touchdown to Owasso. Ladies and gentlemen, DeRay Austin into the end zone for another 6 points, and it is 27-0. This touchdown brought to you by Owasso First Assembly of God.
Some confusion in the defensive secondary as Edmond Santa Fe ran a player on late. And they weren't set, and Jeray Austin just ran by the cornerback here on the near side. Beautifully thrown pass by Seth Hammer.
These Rams are making it look so easy tonight. Hagan Hood will set things up here. Gage Laney will be his holder. 5:49 to play. The extra point kick coming, or the attempt coming from Hagan Hood. Here's the hold, the kick. This one's through the uprights and good. It's 28-0. 5:49 left to go as Owasso leads Edmond Santa Fe. We'll take a 30-second Owasso Coffee Company timeout and be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM. First-year football sponsor of Owasso Ram Football here on 100.1 KYFM and on the Owasso Sports Network. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry, Kelly Ward along with you, Rob Williams, the Eagle Eye as well, and with another J and Company by the number stats update. Here's Steve.
Well, that took 3 plays, 70 yards, and only a minute 5 on the clock, and it was a 51-yard touchdown pass from Seth Hammer to Jeray Austin, as the Rams now lead 28-0 with 5:49 yet to go here in this first quarter.
Kind of like the old Tecmo Bowl scores and plays that you would sometimes see when that game first came out. 5:49 left to play here. As Steve mentioned, a 28-0 lead. Back deep to receive again is Talon Chetron, as he'll set up shop at about the 10-yard line. Here's the kick, end over end. It's short. And it's going to be fielded at about the 27.
Don't let him get outside.
Wolves getting up to the 28-yard line, up to the 30. He's trying to decide which way to go, down to the 35-yard line. And on the return there, that is going to be Micah Snoddy, the senior, for the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves. 5:38 left to play here. It'll be 1st and 10, Edmond Santa Fe at their own 33-yard line. Well, make that the 35-yard line.
So the Rams have scored 4 times here in the first quarter so far, and if you combined the time that it has taken them to score, 2 minutes and 15 seconds to score 4 touchdowns. Those are good numbers.
That's pretty good. Twins, or trips out to the right this time. Pfeiffer, the quarterback, dropping back to throw. He'll sling it left side. His intended receiver drops the football, and that pass falls incomplete.
And the senior linebacker, Brendan Dye, just lit him up in front of the Santa Fe bench, and he's fired up. Yikes.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 now for the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves. 5:34 left to play in this first quarter. If you're just joining us, 28-0 our score. Yeah, you heard that right. Owasso leading Edmond Santa Fe, who we've said before, a talented football team and the darling of the West. Just not able to put it together early here tonight. Pfeiffer with the handoff to the first man through. He gets up to about the 38-yard line. And that'll bring up third down.
That okay?
5:16 and the clock rolling here. Pfeiffer ready to roll as he's got his running back next to him. Twins out to the right, one man to the left. Back to throw this time. Pfeiffer looking. He'll sling it left side. Pass batted down. Good coverage there by Owasso, and on that play there, Chance Lucas providing coverage of that receiver, and that'll bring up another fourth down for the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves.
Really, it's a good thing the Rams defense put pressure on Pfeiffer early on, because now the Wolves are giving him a pretty good pocket to sit in, but the secondary doing a fantastic job as well that time. As you mentioned, Chance Lucas, a 5'8", 155-pound senior for the Rams. A lot to replace in this Ram defense when you lose a Deuce Mayberry and an Omar Barker out on the corners, but so far the Rams doing a fantastic job.
You sure wouldn't know it tonight, that's for sure. Here comes the kick as Laney's back to receive. He will let it roll back to about the 26-yard line as the ball falls loose.
Try to
See
do
who
too
got
much.
it. I think Edmond Santa Fe's got the football, and they are as close to their end zone as they've been tonight. So that play going awry for the Owasso Rams, and Edmond Santa Fe will have it 1st and 10 down near the 25-yard line. 4:47 left to go in this first quarter. 28-0 lead, and Gage Laney failing to launch on that return there. She dropped the football, and Edmond Santa Fe came up with it. Now Pfeiffer will take it off the right hash mark. The snap, back to handoff. First man through is going to get up to about the 28, or 23, I'm sorry.
Ahmad Triplett in on the tackle once again. Triplett now 5'10", 215 pounds. And as we mentioned in our pregame, he and Brendan Dye can run to the football with speed and force, and they enjoy it.
Triplett, of course, committing to West Point over the summer break. So he'll be going up there to serve our country and play football at the same time. Pfeiffer with the snap. He will take the snap and actually go up the middle on the keeper. He'll get down to the 21-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play, and that'll bring up third down. Third down and about 4 for the Wolves.
I believe that was Tyler Rich who just stuck out his big paw. No, I think I got to correct myself. Caleb Nealis, 6 foot, 245-pound defensive lineman.
We saw Caleb a few times last year. 3:38 and the clock rolling. Still first quarter action here with Rams leading it 28-0. Pfeiffer, the quarterback, ready to take it here out of the gun. He's got twins to the left. Faking a handoff. He'll sling it up the middle. The pass batted down.
Oh,
and
my
flags
goodness.
flying late on the play.
Yeah, I'm not sure we had a good view of that from the far sideline. I thought it was a great play defensively that time by Bickham.
.318 left to go here. Third quarter action, or first quarter action, third down.
Yep, pass interference
And
against the Rams.
It's going to be pass interference, and by virtue of a penalty, Edmond Santa Fe is as close to the end zone as they've been tonight. They're going to get down to about the 11-yard line. Pfeiffer ready to take it. Man in motion to the left is going to be Taylor Chetron. Handoff, first man through is going to get down to about the 7-yard line.
And something we didn't talk about early on is with the COVID and social distancing in effect, one of the rule changes in Oklahoma football this year is high school sideline can now go from the 10-yard line to the 10-yard line.
Right.
So you're seeing inside the 20-yard line coaches and players all the way down to the 10-yard line, and that can be an advantage for coaches under the guise of social distancing.
One man behind Pfeiffer, handoff, first man through down to about the 3-yard line. Edmond Santa Fe as close as they've been. Ethan Heisch on the carry there for the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves. Down to the 3. It'll be 3rd down inside the red zone here. 2:18 and the clock rolling left to go in the first quarter.
Big down here for this Ram defense to make a statement.
Pfeiffer, the quarterback, ready to take the snap here. He does so. Handoff, first man through, down to about the 1-yard line. Is he in?
No, but he got
No.
a first down. It's going to be close to a first down.
It'll be first in millimeters from the end zone here. First and goal with 1:53 left to go in this first quarter, 28-0. Edmond Santa Fe knocking on the door for the first time tonight. Dotting the I is Ethan Heiss. Or I'm sorry, one man behind the quarterback is Ethan Heiss. And Pfeiffer was just about ready to take the snap, but a timeout has been called by Owasso. We'll take it with him. An Owasso Coffee Company timeout with 1:39 left to go in the first. We're back after this 1-minute break as you're listening to Owasso Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM. Handoff to the first man through for the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves, and into the end zone they go. Ethan Heiss for a Wolf touchdown, and it's 28-6. A minute 36 left to go in this first quarter, and they get on the scoreboard for the first time tonight, Steve.
Well, just first down at the 1-yard line. Tough to stop that in any league.
And so now an extra point attempt coming for these Edmond Santa Fe Wolves. Kick coming, it's up through the uprights, and it is good, and it is now 28-7. Minute 36 left to play. We'll take another 1-minute break, or a 30-second break. Let's take another Owasso Coffee Company timeout. Back after this as you're listening to Ram Football, presented by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM.
Can you hear it? It's the sound of hope and health and strength. It's the sound of compassion, of open doors, where people and machines are in tune and miracles occur. It's the sound of personalized healthcare and active communities. It sounds like life, and it's what you hear when you really listen.
Quarter 28-7 our score. Edmond Santa Fe on the scoreboard for the first time tonight, and Owasso still in control with the J & Company CPAs by the number stats update. Here's Steve. Well, Eagle Eye is still computing here, so we'll see what we have here.
Just a 6-play, 26-yard scoring drive for Edmond Santa Fe. Unfortunately set up by the recovered fumbled punt by the Wolves at the Ram 26-yard line. And then also aided by a pass interference penalty. So with 1:36 to go here in the first quarter, Rams up 28-7, and they'll have an opportunity to receive the kickoff.
Back deep to receive for the Owasso Rams, Jeray Austin, Cole Adams. Adams set up way back at the 10-yard line. And these Wolves kicking off for the first time tonight. End-over-end kick is going to be fielded at about the 32-yard line. Rams get up to about the 39. And it looks like Trey Goins was trying to return that one there. And that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Owasso Rams. A Duralast roofing specialist first down. Zach Harbaugh and his crew ready to take care of you. If you need a new roof on your house, call Zach. How's Zach to have as a neighbor? Are they loud over there, Steve, or are you loud?
I try not to pay attention to them.
I didn't know if the noise was coming from the Bowery house over there in Stone Canyon or not.
No.
All right.
He's a great neighbor.
Here we go. Twins out to the right. One man split to the left. And the Owasso Rams seeing Austin Havens in at quarterback. Havens back to throw this time. He'll sling it up the middle of the field to Cole Adams at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Owasso. 1:21 left to go, and it's 34-7. Owasso doing no wrong on offense this evening, and that touchdown is brought to you by Owasso First Assembly of God. I stuck my head out the door. Bruce McCarty's sitting over to the left of the press box, and I said, Bruce, you got your money's worth tonight. He said, best thing I ever sponsored is the touchdowns in this first game. So anyway, we encourage you to consider them as a home church. If you're looking for one or give them a visit, want to see them online, you're welcome to do that this Sunday. Follow them on their Facebook page. Hagen Hood ready to try to kick the extra point here. His kick up through the uprights and good. It's 35-7, a minute 21 left to go in this first quarter. We'll take a 30-second Owasso Coffee Company timeout and be back right after this. You're listening to Ram Football presented by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM.
Moving on a country.
Welcome you back to Owasso Stadium. A minute 21 left to go in this first quarter, and Owasso up 35-7 over Edmond Santa Fe, considered by so many to be the darling of the West, and they've just not been able to get it going tonight, except for that touchdown that they scored just a few moments ago. So, no, their coaches will be looking to try to narrow this deficit in the second quarter. And we've had a lot of production out of this Owasso offense so far. Here's another Jay and Company by the number stats update coming as Eagle Eye Rob Williams is trying to add everything up with a slide rule and abacus over here.
Now, really, Grant, let's be honest. I mean, what Rob has had to do tonight so far, you don't need a calculator.
Right.
One play, 62 yards in 9 seconds. Even I, in basic Owasso math, can put that together.
Yeah, but his marker's been causing
His
sparks
marker,
on his
yes.
board over there. He's been riding so furiously.
What's interesting, though, is the Rams have scored 5 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and their time of possession on those drives, the total time of possession for those drives, 2 minutes and 24 seconds.
Talad Shetron, the incredible receiver, ready to try to make the return for Edmond Santa Fe as that one bounces into the end zone. It'll be a touchback at Owasso. We'll see Edmond Santa Fe taking it over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Well, and I'm certain this is something that no one expected. I thought the Rams would come out and maybe try to feel one another out on the field and get a feel for it, but things just bounced their way. They relaxed. You can tell they're in a comfort zone. They're playing lights out. Coach Blankenship, he's not holding anything back. We've had a halfback toss. We've put a wide receiver at quarterback. We've just run streak patterns behind this tired defensive secondary, and everything is working.
35-7, our score, if you're just joining us on radio on KYFM. Pfeiffer, the quarterback, handing off. First man through, get up to about the 24-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 4 on the play to bring up 2nd and 6 for the Wolves with 1:10 left to go in the first quarter.
Ram defense just so fast to the football.
Now at the 1-minute mark. I know that Edmond Santa Fe is going to be awfully glad to get out of this quarter. Seems like the one that has never ended. Oh, are we getting Rampaw texts here?
Already.
Oh, goodness. Steve added to the collection of grandchildren over the summer. Back to throw. Pfeiffer slinging it up the right side. Gets it down to the 30-yard line on the run there. It's going to be Tabry Shetron. Shetrons everywhere on this Edmond Santa Fe side of the football.
Cody Chase up quick from strong safety to make that tackle.
What's the new granddaughter's name, by the way?
Ren.
Ren.
Ren Elise.
Gotcha. And, of course, she has you so tightly.
As in Renee.
Okay. As in wrapped around your finger. Around her finger, for sure. I'm sure what Ren wants, Ren's going to get.
Exactly.
Handoff, first man through. Shetron gets up to about the 33-yard line there.
The Ram defensive line just so strong, and we may have a Ram slow to get up here for just a moment. That's a mod triplet, but I think he's shaking some cobwebs off because he comes up out of the pile, and that's going to be the end of the first period.
And that goes to the end of the first quarter. We'll take a quick timeout and be back right after this. Our score at the end of one, Owasso 35 and Edmond Santa Fe 7. Back in 1 minute on 100.1 KYFM.
Hi, Rambo. Hey, Rambo. We need to go over some reports. So we had a great second quarter. We opened several new accounts and got new deposits.
Quarterback trying to connect with Shetron there is down to the 40-yard line go the Wolves. And that is going to be a gain of about 6 yards on the play for Edmond Santa Fe. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry, Kelly Ward along with Eagle Eye Rob Williams on stats. And he has just compiled another J & Company by the number stats update.
Rams have 4 rushes for 48 yards, and they are 4 of 4 in the passing game for 151 yards in the air. 199 total yards. Edmond Santa Fe, 23 yards on the ground, 14 yards in the air on 2 of 8 passing, and 37 total yards. 199 for the Rams, 37 for the Wolves in the first quarter.
Pfeiffer off the left hash mark, dropping back to throw. He's going to run and keep it instead as he gets up to about the 41. That is going to be a gain of 4 on the play to bring up 4th down in about 1 or 2 at the most.
Ontario Wilson coming over to make the tackle.
11:31 and the clock rolling, 35-7 if you're just joining us. Owasso leading it. If you're watching us on the Owasso Sports Network, our coverage is brought to you by Hometown Insurance and Agent Keith 2. Call him today. Well, don't call him now. I think he's here at the game, but maybe call him Monday.
Quick kick.
Handoff. First
Wow.
man through. They're going to try to get this first down. They dragged him back near the first down marker.
Brendan Dye made contact inside the 40, but he got thrown off a bit, and the running back able to move the chains for Edmond Santa Fe. Just enough out to the 43-yard line for a first down. That's a big call for that coaching staff.
That is a big call for sure. On the run there for Edmond Santa Fe's Micah Snoddy. As Pfeiffer rolls out to the right this time, he'll sling it up the right side. His intended receiver unable to connect there, and that'll bring up second down.
Revisit those first quarter numbers real quick, Grant. Cole Adams, he has one pass for a 32-yard touchdown, one run for a 29-yard touchdown, and one reception for a 62-yard touchdown. So, I don't know, he might have his name in the hat for player of the game.
We will see. There's still a lot of game left to be played. At the rate they're going, there's no telling who might get on the field. Twins out to the left, one man split to the right. Pfeiffer ready to take the snap here, does so. Slings it left side. Down to the 45 goes his receiver, and he's going to get up to about the 46. And on the run there, Angelo Rankin, the junior, for the Wolves. Third down. And about 7 to go now.
Coach King trying to move the football from side to side a little bit more and maybe try to get this Ram defense off balance. But even when the Rams are off balance, they're so fast and quick to the football, they can recover.
Twins to the right, one man split to the left. Pfeiffer off the left hash mark. Ready to take the snap. He'll drop back to throw. Pfeiffer looking. He'll sling it up the middle of the field. It's almost picked off, but batted down by the Owasso Rams. And breaking up that play there was going to be Braxton Bickham for the Rams. 9:59, just inside the 10-minute mark for the second quarter of play. Fourth down for Edmond Santa Fe. Shout out to Brandon Brewer again if you're watching the Owasso Sports Network. He is doing a great job punching all the buttons, making the video look good. Dave Waddell is our in-studio producer on radio from the palatial studios of KYFM in Bartlesville. Gage Laney back deep to receive at about the 18-yard line. Bobbling the kickoff is Edmond Santa Fe, and their kicker's going to be brought down at about the 38-yard line, and that is where Owasso takes over.
Well, and again, Grant, that's really not on the punter. That's on the long snapper, because that ball is just on a roll, and it's not even on line. You don't really give your punter a chance because he's looking up. The Rams are putting pressure, and they're coming from different directions on their punt block team, and they don't even have to get there, and already they've messed up the punting game twice, actually 3 times here in this first half.
And now we've got a timeout on the field as Owasso wants to talk things over. We'll take it with them. It's an Owasso Coffee Company timeout with 9:53 left to go in the first half. It's Owasso 35 and Edmond Santa Fe 7. This is Ram Football presented by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM. Also, as it's 35-7, Rams leading it with 9:53 left to go in this first half. Thank you, Skip Mefford and all the folks over at RCB Bank for their sponsorship of Ram football this year. Austin Havens in at quarterback. His handoff to the first man through is going to be a short run there. It's going to be to the 40-yard line and no further. Actually, a 2-yard loss there. And Derek Overstreet was the running back on call who was unable to go anywhere, and his helmet came off in the process of the play. 9:36 in this first half left to go. Second down and 12. Twins out to the left, one man split to the right. Out of the gun, Havens again. Rolling out to the left this time. He'll sling it up to Ronnie Thomas. Thomas at the 30, down to the 25. Brought down at the 23-yard line, and that's another Duralast roofing specialist first down for the Owasso Rams.
Sophomore looks nice right now here on his series. Coach Blankenship had informed us that he was going to give both quarterbacks an opportunity here.
He did not inform us he was going to put
Trey Goins
in at quarterback, but yeah, we're getting both Havens and Hammer tonight.
By the way, if memory serves me correct, I believe Trey Goins did play quarterback in, junior high and back in there, and he's just one of those talented players that you can move anywhere anyway.
One man behind the quarterback, Havens, handoff, Overstreet up the left side. He'll get to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, ran out of bounds at about the 7-yard line, and that's another Duralast roofing specialist first down. Move up those chains.
Really seeing a difference in the speed of the Owasso Rams, and the Wolves starting to drag their heels a bit as Overstreet very quickly to the outside, able to make the turn on the corner and get upfield for that first down. First and goal for the Rams.
First and goal from the 9-yard line. 8:32 left to play. Nightfall has descended upon Owasso, and the lights are on. Friday night lights have never felt so good, I'll tell you that. Here we go. Havens still in at quarterback. Overstreet behind him with twins to the right. One of them Thomas, one of them Trey Goins. One man split to the left as well. Havens ready to take the snap here. Fakes a handoff and rolls right instead. He'll sling it to the right side. Intended receiver Goins unable to make the catch, and that will bring up second down and goal from the 9.
Well, that shows you he can throw a football and catch a football.
Not sure what kind of tomfoolery you're pulling over here, but
and I thought we had a receiver open underneath and then one running through the back of the end zone, and we weren't able to get it to the underneath receiver.
8:11 left to play here. 35-7 our score. Twins out to the right, one man to the left. Havens with a man in motion to the right now. Handing off Overstreet. Trying to get anywhere, but he's denied there at the 9-yard line. No further. He'll actually be brought back for a loss of a yard. Third and goal from the 10-yard line. 7:53 and this clock rolling. Don't forget, next week on the road to Northwest Arkansas.
Oh, boy.
Get to go to Harmon Field.
The crowd goes wild.
Fayetteville. If you've ever heard the U2 song Staring Into the Sun, that is what our view's like from the Fayetteville press box. Handoff. First man out to the right is going to get down to the 1-yard line.
I think we're going to have a hold on our outside receiver.
And we've got flags flying everywhere. There are about 3 of them there.
Might have been Ronnie Thomas.
I think that was Keelan Carney on the run there, or was it
Cole
Thomas?
Adams.
Oh, Adams, okay. I could not see as
trying
well
to get
as
to
you
the
did.
outside, and as he ducked his shoulder inside and tried to get to the outside, and I think that's when Thomas got caught for the hold.
It's a sad night, Steve, when you as a grandfather of 2 have better vision than me. So 7:24 left to go in this first half. Did get the picture of baby Wren listening at home.
I've been watching a lot of film, Grant, so I came in high on the mark tonight.
I'm sure you did. When you get to the funeral home and Steve says, wait 10 minutes, I'm busy with something real quick, he's probably watching the 1988 state semifinals, something like that.
Well, in truth, Grant, I have been known to go back and watch the 2017 state championship. Courtesy of Brandon Brewer.
I've walked in on you doing that. All right, here we go. 7:24 left to play here. We'll see what these Rams can do. Face mask is.
Yeah, we had a hold on the Rams and a face mask on Edmond Santa Fe, so that'll offset. We'll replay the down.
All right, Austin Havens in. He's got Overstreet to his right, and the gun twins out to the right. Dropping back to throw. Havens slings it to the left. Nobody there to get it in the corner of the end zone. That'll bring up third down.
I think the receiver, and I didn't see a flag.
I didn't either.
But Cole Adams got tied up with the defender and was on the ground as the ball was released by the quarterback.
And now they're going to try to kick a field goal here. Try to make it a 38-7 ball game. Hagen Hood getting ready to make the try. It'll be his first field goal attempt of the night. The hold from Laney. Here's the kick. It's end over end and through the uprights. Field goal, good. And that's brought to you by Owasso First Assembly of God. 38-7 our score, 7:15 left to go in the first half, and we'll take a 30-second break. And Owasso Coffee Company timeout. Be back right after this on 100.1 KYFM.
Can you hear it? It's the sound of hope and health and strength. It's the sound of compassion, of open doors, where people and machines are in tune and miracles occur. It's the sound of personalized healthcare and active communities. It sounds like life, and it's what you hear when you really listen.
Left to go in the first half. It's 38-7 off the toe of Hagen Hood. The Owasso Rams increased the score on a field goal, and with a Jay and Company by the number stats update and scoring drive, here's Steve.
Well, it culminated in 7 plays, 28 yards, and the Rams able to get a 27-yard field goal out of that drive. Covered 2 minutes and 38 seconds to increase the Rams' lead to 38-7. With 7:15 to go here before halftime.
Back deep to receive, it is going to be Talon Shetron for the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves. He'll set up shop at about the 9-yard line. And Hagen Hood ready to kick it away.
By the way, interesting trivial side note, Eric Poplin's mother, Mary Poplin, is part of the Owasso Ram Athletic Hall of Fame.
Yes, she is.
Just thought I'd toss. And an employee of Maori Funeral Service, but that's not her claim to fame. So.
Here's the end-over-end kick. Y'all only hire Hall of Famers there at Maori's. You've got
the Poplin family is a long-time respected family here around Owasso, and Mary has been wonderful. She's the lady that knows exactly where everyone sits here at the stadium because she has sold the reserve tickets for 30-plus years.
Yep.
And just a wonderful person and a wonderful part of this community.
Well, that family's good people. We appreciate each and every one of them. The Poplins are well-respected name here. Back to throw is Pfeiffer. He'll throw it out of bounds on that 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
Boy, and right in his face, they're looking to see about maybe calling intentional grounding, and barking his case is Christian Ray for Owasso as he was right in the face. The referees conferred there, Grant, for just a moment like they were going to see, and they're going to let it go. But
well, that'd be the second time tonight.
Yeah.
He had an intentional grounding call. Pfeiffer had a call against him there in the first half. All right, 2nd and 10 from the 20. Pfeiffer with twins out to the left, empty field to the right. Ready to take the snap here. He does. Dropping back to throw. He'll sling it left side. It's off the fingertips of his intended receiver, Angelo Rankin.
Yeah, he was looking upfield and seeing where the defenders were coming from before he was able to secure the football. It went right through his hands, the heralded receiver. for Edmond Santa Fe.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we'll talk to Zach Duffield, have our weekly chat with him. Don't forget, next week on the road to Harmon Field in Fayetteville, Arkansas, as we'll have the Rams and the Purple Dogs, a place Bill Blankenship once coached, and a place Brandon Brewer and I have attended many ball games over the years. Back to throw, Pfeiffer with flags flying.
Thought we had movement by Santa Fe, but let's see what the call is.
Why do you give us dirty looks every time the Razorbacks are mentioned, by the way?
Because I like real football.
Well, there you go. Touche. Enough said. Third down and
well, Brewer wants to throw baseball guy at me too, and if they'd have caught a foul ball a few years back, they'd have been. Oh, I'm
why
sorry.
Do you have to,
I'm sorry. You took me there.
Why do you have to bring up the night that I
Brewer,
finally broke down?
Brandon may have the replay over here. We'll show in a moment on our streaming.
Back to throw is
Laney with the interception.
And Laney intercepts it back the other way to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown Owasso. Gage Laney with an interception and a run into the promised land for 6. 6:54 left to play in this first half.
He read that like an open book. You could just see him sitting back there thinking, surely you're not going to throw it. And he did, and he picked it off and takes it in for the pick 6.
That touchdown brought to you by Owasso First Assembly of God. 44-7 our score.
Man, that's fun.
Hagen Hood getting ready to kick the extra point. Let's see what he can do here. Can he make it a 45-7 ball game? I believe he can. The kick is up through the uprights and good. And just like that, we've got 6:54 left to go in the first half. We'll take another Owasso Coffee Company timeout. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Ram Football, presented by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM.
Hi, Rambo. Hey, Rambo, we need to go over some reports. So we had a great second quarter. We opened several new accounts and got new deposits.
To go in this first half, Grant Merrill's Steve Mowry and Kelly Ward along with you. Also Rob Williams, the Eagle Eye, in with us tonight with another, speaking of the Eagle Eye, with another Matt J. CPA by the number stat update. Here's Steve.
Well, again, it's one play.
Yeah.
A Gage Laney interception that he returns 37 yards for the Ram touchdown. And I know this sounds like a broken record, but I talked to Gage before the game. I said, hey, you got a pick 6 in you? He said, yes, sir. I'm like, okay.
Well,
he proved to be true to his word.
He's not going to let you down there, that's for sure. 6:54 left to play here, 45-7. Glad you're with us tonight on 100.1 KYFM and also on the Owasso Sports Network, presented by Hometown Insurance and Agent Keith, too. Here's the kick, end over end. It is going to be fielded by Chetron as he bobbles it but picks it up to the 10, to the 15. He goes up to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Flags flying as he gets to the 45, 50. Down at the 32-yard line. Well, he stepped out of bounds there.
I'm guessing we've got a hold back here at the Santa Fe 36-yard line.
Probably so. I'm going to guess you're probably right there.
The referees are going to come together and discuss this. That'll certainly be something that Coach Blankenship and his specials team staff will still look over, because he was able to get outside and showed some speed getting upfield.
6:41 left to play. We'll see what the call is here officially.
Well, Grant, you mentioned next week we will be at Fayetteville, and then we've got a big one, as the Rams will be playing the Broken Arrow Tigers, and that's always fun when those two teams match up. And, of course, you mentioned earlier Broken Arrow with a big matchup tomorrow on ESPN with Bentonville West. So we'll get a preview of what lies ahead in 2 weeks.
That's a big deal right there, I can tell you. To be playing on ESPN. That's the second time in 3 years for them.
Yeah, it's special.
Congratulations to the Tigers on that. Did see where our buddy Adam Hildebrandt has been the voice of ORU, the new voice of the Broken Arrow Tigers. So look forward to seeing him in a couple of weeks. Twins out to the left, one man split to the right. Pfeiffer, the quarterback, rolling out to the right this time, and he'll sling it almost into the hands of a Owasso Ram. And that was almost for the second time into the hands of Gage Laney.
He's a ball hawk. Had 7 picks last year. And 1 to start out the season here tonight.
Second down and 10 to go here. 6:36 left to go in this first half. Of course, we were talking about Broken Arrow. Charlie Hanema was the play-by-play man. He got a call from Kevin Stitt to be his spokesman, and the next day coronavirus hit the nation, so he's been a little busy. Congratulations to him as well. Pfeiffer back to throw. He'll sling it left side. Pass broken up as it goes off the fingertips of his intended receiver, and Brendan Dye in on that pass break up there.
You know, and that's one of those plays that you don't really see in the stats, but the ball is being thrown out to their receiver. Brendan Dye from his linebacker position comes out running hot and still lays a hit on the receiver. It's not something that you see or really think of, but I can assure you that's going to be in the head of the receiver, intended receiver that time, Angelo Rankin. These guys are pulling their eyes down real quick to see where these Rams are coming in to make the hit.
3rd and 10 from the 35 now for the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves. Pfeiffer back to throw. He'll sling it right side.
Again.
It's right off the fingertips of his.
That was intended for the receiver, Audrell Burge, and he just drops it, and we've seen that several times tonight. But Rams are punishing these receivers whether they catch the football or not.
Burge, the senior tight end. 6:30 left to play here. Edmond Santa Fe, of course, they were replacing a few people in their roster from that dream season they had last year. You heard Greg Merrick talking about that during the pregame show. Greg, of course, former host of Friday Night Finals, the O&N scoreboard show, and former president of the Santa Fe Booster Club. So glad to have him on the broadcast tonight. Kickoff is going to roll back to the 28-yard line. And that is where Owasso will have it 1st and 10. 45-7 our score if you're just joining us. 6:27 left to go in the first half. And now we'll see what these Rams can do in these moments leading up to halftime.
We're going to see Seth Hammer come back in at quarterback for Owasso.
Hammer, the move in from Claremore. Austin Havens came here from North Carolina. But Hammer, of course, stand out for the Zebras last year. Glad to have him here. Hammer with the handoff to Keelan Carney. Off to the right side he goes. He'll get to the 38 and no further. That's a 4-yard gain to bring up 2nd down and 6. .608 left to play here. Carney and Ronnie Thomas split to the left. Out of the gun, Hammer ready to take the snap. He's got Hood to his right there in the gun. Now they're going to get a word from the sideline and mix things up here a little bit. Hammer taking the snap here, dropping back to throw this time. He'll find Keelan Carney up on the left side, and it looks like it's good enough for another Duralast Roofing Specialist 1st down. They move up the chains. Owasso gets to the 39-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and 10.
And that was a great job by Carney running an out pattern as that ball was actually thrown behind him. He was able to adjust to the inside where the defender was coming from, and he makes a great quick snatch of the football and still able to get upfield for the 1st down.
5:14 left to play here. Twins out to the right, one man to the left. Hammer bobbling the snap. He'll try to run forward, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no further.
Scores around the area, Grant. We've got Union and Bixby tonight. That was the big game, and right now in the third quarter, Bixby leads Union 20-0. A bit of a surprise. Jinx leads Springdale Harbor 17-7.
Hammer, the quarterback, dropping back to throw this time, slinging it to the left, and that is going to be dropped by Jeray Austin.
Again, the ball thrown just underneath the receiver. We're going to see Trey Goins come in. I thought Hammer was going to come out for a moment, but he just came over to the sideline to get instruction from Coach Blankenship.
Third down and about 9 to go. 4:34 left to play here.
They may just try to air it out to Goins here because that's going to be a tough matchup for the defender who goes about 5'8", and Goins is 6'3".
Goins and Carney
We
split
got
out to the
offside
right.
on the Wolves.
Yeah, that Edmond Santa Fe Wolf jumped over the line.
And he's going to come out of the game.
Yeah. He's going to take a breather there.
He didn't even look up. He just backed up and started running off the sideline. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm coming out. So
Come on over. 4:32 and the clock rolling here. I remember when I was little seeing Eddie Sutton coaching Razorback basketball, and when players made that type of mistake, they'd come off the courts. He'd give them that stare down, you know. Hammer dropping back to throw as he aims for Goins on the right side. Pass falls incomplete, and that'll bring up fourth down in about 5.
Goins, again, we talked about the size mismatch. I thought he might go long, but he actually just ran a slant off this right side. And, Hammer still, I think, is adjusting to the look of 6A football right now as that pass was thrown behind Trey. It's one of those that if he's able to get the football to Trey Goins, then Trey can probably make a play if he catches that on the run.
On fourth down, kicking it away is Hagan Hood here. Hagan's done everything but drive the school bus tonight, all the different ways he's contributed to the ball game. Here's the kick,
Nice.
a wobbly kick. It is going to be a fair catch called for the 26-yard line. By the way, I saw the other day where Hagan Hood is committed to play for the Hendricks College Warriors down in Conway, Arkansas. I've never met a poor graduate of Hendricks. They graduate some smart people there. Brandon's over here nodding. He knows what I'm talking about. 4:05 left to play in this first half. And we've got a timeout on the field. Take another Owasso Coffee Company timeout and be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM. TV, 3:59 left to go here. 45-7. We welcome our radio listeners back as it's second down now for Edmond Santa Fe. 3:59 left to play the first half. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry along with you tonight. Kelly Ward down on the sidelines. And here is the snap as Pfeiffer hands off, first man through. He'll get down to about the 32-yard line and no further. That'll bring up third down for Edmond Santa Fe, Steve.
Caleb Nealis in on the tackle once again, and it's just tough sledding up front for the running game of Edmond Santa Fe.
That'll bring up 3rd down and about 5.
Edmond Santa Fe having a tough time finding out what works. They tried to go to those underneath passing patterns to the outside and try to get a run after the catch, but this Ram defense is fast.
Twins out to the left. Pfeiffer ready to take the snap here. Handing off. First man through. Busting up the middle. He'll get up to about the 34.
Of course, we have several changes on our coaching staff this year, Grant, and Bobby Klink, who as a defensive coordinator under Coach Blankenship the last few years, took the head coaching job at Sand Springs as he opens up with the Sandites. And Antonio Graham was elevated to that position, and it looks like the great defense for the Rams continues.
All right, we've got another Owasso Coffee Company timeout. 2:58 left to go in the first half. Owasso 45, Edmond Santa Fe 7. We're back in 1 minute. You're listening to Ram Football on KYFM.
Yeah.
Welcome you back on TV. It's 2:58 left to go in this first half. 45-7 our score. Grant, Stephen Kelly along with you. Edmond Santa Fe getting them a first down as they'll take the football out to the 44-yard line. Pfeiffer with the handoff. I believe that was Rankin on the run there, and that's another first down for the Wolves. Haven't been able to give them too many of those tonight, Steve, but they'll move up the chains again as they'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 44. 2:42 to play.
Play was designed to go up the middle, and the Rams had that clogged up, and Heitz just bounced to the outside, and the Rams wasn't able to respond quite in time.
Pfeiffer off the right hash mark, hands off again.
That's Heitz once again out on the right side.
Heitz gets up to about the 49, and that's going to bring up 2nd down and about 4. 2:25 left to go in this half. Coming up at the half, the Glover Auto Family Halftime Show, we will check in with Zach Duffield, athletic director, who has, well, let's just say his job's been a little busy lately trying to get everything lined up and ready to go for tonight. Getting volleyball underway, getting softball underway. We'll kind of talk to him about everything that's gone into planning for this evening. Twins out to the left, one man to the right. Pfeiffer, the quarterback, handing off, first man through, gets back up to the 49, not much further, 2-yard gain. Say it started out on the 47 there, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
Brennan Dye in on the tackle once again, along with Jacob Clifton. Clifton's a 6'3", 195-pound junior coming up to help on the play. He kind of plays that, what I would consider that Dawson Adams, kind of floats around side to side and maneuver him on the defense. Dawson Adams, one of my favorite Owasso Rams of all time. We're going to miss him, but little brother's coming along just fine as well.
Boy, he is. Back to throw. Pfeiffer looking in trouble, and they're going to sack him in the backfield back at the 35-yard line.
He's in a lot of trouble as Tyler Rich came in and finally took him down.
Minute 30 left to play in this first half. 45-7 our score.
Tyler Rich, a 6'1", 285-pound defensive lineman, just a sophomore, and there's a lot of depth on this Ram offensive and defensive line. I mean, they're running 4 guys on and 4 guys off. And when you talk about these games that get long and in the heat of the night, it's nice to have fresh players that you can rotate in and out.
Gage Laney is back deep to receive at about the 25-yard line. Edmond Santa Fe ready to kick it away here. They'll do so. End-over-end kick, a fair catch called for at the 25, and that is where Owasso will have it with 50 seconds left.
Well, Grant, I got to be honest with you. This is not. I didn't know what to expect for sure without spring, 7-on-7. I mean, these guys really haven't been together a whole lot. I did not know what to expect coming into tonight's ball game, but I can tell you, this is not what I expected. It's what you hope for, but this is not what I expected for Owasso to come out and throw 45 points on the board here in the first half.
I think to be clicking on all cylinders speaks volumes about this coaching staff. Austin Havens back in at quarterback. He'll hand off. First man through, gets up to about the 27-yard line. And on the run there is Emery Neely, the sophomore receiver there for the Owasso Rams. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9. 30 seconds, 32 seconds left as the clock stops. 45-7 lead here.
Yeah, we got a player down with a cramp for Edmond Santa Fe.
So while they tend to him, we'll remind you we're in Fayetteville next week, and then the Jim Glover Auto Family Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl against Broken Arrow will be played on September 11th. So got a lot of good football over the next 2 weeks, Steve.
Should be fun.
Then it's the
then we'll find out what we're made of.
Then it's the off week, and then we play Union. So
yeah,
hope you'll be there. We all read the Owasso Reporter this week, Steve.
Yeah,
you don't have to be modest.
I'm planning on it.
Twins out to the left. Back to throw, Havens. He'll sling it right side to Cole Adams. It bounced off his fingertips, but he caught it and got up to the 36-yard line. And that'll be another Duralast Roofing Specialist's first down.
God, he's a tough kid. Cole Adams, 5'11", 175, bobbled the ball, knew he was going to get hit, took it anyway, tried to get upfield, couldn't do it. As the clock runs out, an exciting first half for this Owasso Ram football team.
As we approach the 9 o'clock hour, we come to the end of the first half. Our score, Owasso 45 and the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves 7. We will check in with Kelly Ward here in just a second, but overall, your thoughts on the first half, Steve?
Well, I mean, Grant, what can you say? You expect a team in the first game to come out, make a bunch of mistakes, and have to make adjustments, but the defense set the tone for the offense. Special teams for Edmond Santa Fe is just a disaster here tonight, but the key for Owasso is being able to make the opponent pay for the mistakes they've made, and that's exactly what the Rams did. They got a short field, they punched it into the end zone, and you just got to be excited about what Owasso has done, surprisingly, here in this first half in the first game of the season.
Well, I know that, we take a look at what they were able to do, and you've said over and over tonight, I mean, no 7-on-7 camps, no passing league, nothing that we see from year to year. But, again, to see how they've prepared, and it's been just a testament to this coaching staff, so much veteran coaching on this. They were going to have them prepared, but this has exceeded any type of expectation we could have had.
Oh, way beyond that. And if someone would have told me, hey, your Rams are going to put 45 points on the board against the favorite of the West Side, I'd have said, well, it's the first game and it's early. But the Rams have done it, and they've come out here tonight. And Coach Blankenship, he's one of those guys, we say this all the time, when you're winning this big, you're not as good as you think you are. Like when you lose, you're not as bad. But he'll go in and he'll make some adjustments, and it's early. It's a learning experience. But, wow, to come out here and do what the Owasso Rams have done tonight, that's a pretty good jump start for the 2020 season.
All right, let's go down to Kelly Ward on the sideline. He's got Coach B.
Coach, with the score of 45-7, you think this might be the wrap-up interview of the game tonight? 45-7 over Santa Fe at half. What's going on?
Our guys are playing extremely well. We had a great practice yesterday, and I was just holding my breath thinking that we might be sharp, and we got on them quick, and I think that's really taking the air out of them. And hopefully we'll finish in a clean way here. And what I mean by that is not...
Well, we lost our interview there. Hang on just a second.
Practice yesterday, and I was just holding my breath thinking that we might be sharp, and we got on them quick, and I think that's really taking the air out of them. and hopefully we'll finish in a clean way here. And what I mean by that is not a lot of mistakes, and let's finish this game off. But, man, how could I be any happier for a bunch that we've been waiting a long time to get to play?
That's a great way to
this kinda
celebrate.
Yeah,
That's for
absolutely.
sure. Absolutely. I'm seeing discipline on your side, the other side, a lack of discipline. What are you going to do in the second half?
Remind our guys that that's what we are about, to do the right things and to not create any issues.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, there's Kelly Ward with Bill Blankenship. We'll take a break. When we come back, the halftime show gets kicked off, and we'll have our Trails End Barbecue interview with the AD as Zach Duffield joins us next. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Owasso Varsity Spirit Squad.
in the first half and 2 of 3 on fourth down. So a big turn of events there for the Rams. Looking at individual stats for Edmond Santa Fe in the rushing category, not much going on there. Pfeiffer, the quarterback, he's been sacked several times for negative 29 yards. Tupel has 4 carries for 14 yards. Snoddy has 5 carries for 17 yards. I think Heitch is going to be the running back of choice for Coach King here in the second half. He has 9 carries for 26 yards, and out of his running back committee, Heitch seemed to be the most effective for them. Receiving, really not much to speak of. Rankin, 2 receptions for 11 yards. Chatron, 1 reception for 6 yards. Snoddy, 1 reception for 6 yards. Nichols, 1 reception for 4 yards. So this wide receiver core of Edmond Santa Fe really has been held in check by this Ram defense here in the first half. For the Rams on the other side, we got numbers all over the place. Overstreet has 3 carries for 11 yards. Hagan Hood, 2 carries for 6 yards. Cole Adams, he has a carry for 29 yards and a touchdown. Trey Goins has a carry for 13 yards and a touchdown. In the passing game, Seth Hammer, 3 of 5 for 75 yards and a touchdown. Cole Adams, he threw a pass on that halfback toss for 32 yards and a touchdown. Havens is 3 of 5 for 84 yards and a touchdown. Jeray Austin, he's been on the receiving end of 2 of those touchdown receptions, and he has 83 yards here in the first half. Cole Adams also has 2 receptions for 67 yards and a touchdown. Trey Goins has a reception for 18 yards. And then Keelan Carney, he has a reception for 6 yards, and Ronnie Thomas a catch for 17 yards. And I mean, how do you get anybody else involved in this ball game? You're looking at 5 receivers that have receptions. You've had 3 guys play quarterback, and they have touchdowns. I mean, it's a full complement of an offensive explosion here by the Owasso Rams, and taking advantage of the mistakes and the gifts that Edmond Santa Fe has given them, particularly in special teams where the long snapper, as odd as this sounds, the long snapper has been the key player of mistakes for Edmond Santa Fe. Is they just can't get the snap back to the punter, and the Rams have really taken advantage of that here in this first half. 45-7, Owasso over Edmond Santa Fe.
Take a 30-second timeout. Be back right after this. You've got the Rams on KYFM. From the 40-yard line, they'll kick from right to left on the radio dial. Of course, Owasso, after the opening coin toss, had deferred to the second half, and they will receive, and moving from left to right on the radio dial. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry, along with you in the booth tonight. Eagle Eye Rob Williams keeping the stats. Kelly Ward patrolling the sidelines. Brandon Brewer in here punching all the buttons, making us sound good. We've got a full complement of our radio and TV students helping us out tonight. It is just an awesome game to behold this evening, to see these Owasso Rams take off in such a fine fashion this evening. Jeray Austin and Cole Adams back deep to receive. Adams at about the 12-yard line. He'll be the furthest back of the Owasso Rams. And here comes the kick. It is end over end. It is going to be fielded by Gage Laney at the 25. That's going to be Goins out to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, 50. Brought down near the 44-yard line. Great return there by Trey Goins, who gets into Edmond Santa Fe territory, and he'll have it 1st and 10 just inside that 45.
Great return and great setup blocking up front for Trey as he was able to get out here to the near side. And again, what looked like might have the Rams pinned back at their 20-yard line, they're going to be starting just near midfield on their first possession of the second half.
Austin Havens is back in at quarterback. Keelan Carty and Trey Goins split to the left. Cole Adams out to the right. Hagan Hood in at running back next to the quarterback in the gun. Havens back to throw. He'll sling it left side, connected with Carney. Keelan Carney down at the 38 is brought down by a defender there for Edmond Santa Fe.
Well, Seth Hammer had a really good first half. Austin Havens just a sophomore, and I think you'll probably see Coach Blankenship put him in here and try to get him some comfortable reps and use that short passing game from side to side.
2nd down and 5 now. Havens with Adams split to the right once again. Twins out to the left. Those same two, and Carney and the other one there. Here's the snap. Handoff. Hagan Hood's going to be pummeled there near the line of scrimmage. Well, actually, he's going to be pummeled for a loss there. 3rd down and about 7 to go after he's tackled behind the line there.
Edmond Santa Fe dialing up the blitz that time and just made the right play call. We're going to bring Overstreet back into the ball game.
10:49 and the clock rolling here in this 3rd quarter. It's 45-7. Havens coming in from the sideline. Havens was a move in from North Carolina. Trips to the right this time. And now Havens out of the gun, taking it off the left hash mark. He'll draw back to dial up a receiver. That's going to be Overstreet at the 40, 35, down to the 30. He'll be brought down at the 26-yard line. Move up those chains. That is another Duralast Roofing Specialist 1st down.
So just what we talked about, just a quick flip out to the left side. Overstreet lets the blocker set up in front of him, and he was very patient but was able to get caught from behind. But Austin Havens had pressure in his face, so you like these quick little out dumps. Get the ball out quickly again and see if the Rams can run after the catch.
1st and 10 inside the 30-yard line. Twins out to the right. Havens getting a second look from the sideline. We'll see what our offensive coordinator and his staff decide to tell him here. 9:43 left to go. Havens now taking the snap. Quick handoff out to the right. Here come the Rams. Overstreet down to the 21-yard line. A flag flying as he's brought down near the 1st down marker, about a yard shy of it.
Well, that was way back from the secondary referee in what I would consider away from the action. I think this is going to move the Rams back.
9:32 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Owasso leading at 45-7 if you're just joining us. 38-point lead. Don't forget, next Friday night, we're on the road to Fayetteville. This will be in Northwest Arkansas, our 3rd meeting in 3 years with the Purple Dogs of Fayetteville. They've been through 2 coaches since Bill Blankenship left. Twins out to the right, 1 man to the left. Handoff, Overstreet, pummeled. Right there near his launch point.
Well, Grant, that's 3 plays in a row where they are just blowing up the middle. I don't know if we're missing a block up front there or if they're bringing an extra man. But Austin's going to have to learn how to read that better and pull the ball out and take it to the outside. He's got to be able to read the defender.
2nd down and about 16 to go here.
And again, we're talking about a kid that's moved in here. He's a sophomore, no spring, no 7-on-7. So, I mean, he's just out here taking live snaps after, 2.5 weeks of sort of practice.
Havens with Keelan Carney in motion to the right, drops back to throw, slings it up the middle of the field. It's off the fingertips of DeRay Austin.
Well, that was a great defensive play by Angelo Rankin to run underneath and slap the ball down. I think if Havens lays that out a little further for Austin, it's going to be a touchdown again for the Rams.
Well, now you see why the Naval Academy taking such interest in Angelo Rankin. 8:32 left to play here. Of course, Edmond Santa Fe, the number 6 team in Class 6A1. Twins out to the left, 1 man to the right. Dropping back to throw is Havens. He'll connect with Cole Adams. It's out of his hands. Picked up by an Edmond Santa Fe Wolf. And they are going to give the football to Edmond Santa Fe. He dropped the football. They picked it up, and it's 1st and 10 now for the Wolves.
I thought he threw the football.
Well,
got to tuck that in. You got to eagle claw that football in and make sure you hang on to it. And Cole Adams, the son of a coach, he knows that he's got to have ball security, and those will be learning points that Coach Blankenship will use when they go back and review film.
Well, if we have to learn that lesson, I'm glad we do when it's 45-7.
Exactly.
So 8:24 left to play here. Owasso up by 38 points, as we mentioned. Twins out to the left this time. Pfeiffer, the quarterback, ready to do business here. Handoff, first man through, gets to the 50, inside the 47. And on the run there is Heisch, as that'll bring up 2nd down at about 5, maybe 4 for the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves.
We talked earlier about some of the coaching changes that we've had over the summer, and one of the fine additions that Coach Blankenship added to his staff was Coach Brad Caleb, who had been the head football coach over at Booker T. Washington.
Yeah. Back to throw. Throw to the left side. It's off the fingertips of the intended receiver there, Neil Eltermain.
I think they gave him a catch.
Or did they? Okay. Well, he held it just long enough, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, quick in on the tackle was Brandon Ramsey. Be 3rd and short, about a short 1 yard for Edmond Santa Fe.
Pfeiffer ready to take it here on 3rd and 1. Twins out to the right, 1-man split to the left. Pfeiffer with the handoff. First man through, gets down to the 48-yard line, and that's another Edmond Santa Fe Wolf first down. 7:09 left to play here.
Of course, Coach Caleb, his wife, Darlene, the head basketball coach for the Lady Chieftains over in Sapulpa.
We see them from time to time. She's got a good team.
Well, and their daughter, Bryce Caleb, plays at Missouri State along with former Owasso Lady Ram Maya Benhar. And they're a top 25 NCAA women's ball club.
Twins out to the left, 1-man split to the right. Handoff from Pfeiffer. First man through, gets pummeled at the line of scrimmage. Kind of a surprise move, as good as Booker T's been in the past few years, that Brad Caleb would leave. But Bill Blankenship has put together an all-star staff here. I mean, we had UCO's offensive coordinator come to take a position as a receivers coach here. I mean, that's.
You got Asa Poteet.
Probably a good move for him, by the way, since the MIAA is not playing this fall. Asa Poteet, of course, and
Christian Hood, who was at Union. Coach B had him at the University of Tulsa.
Dropping back to throw. The ball dropped back, knocked out of the hands of Pfeiffer, and coming down on it.
Oh, yeah, Brendan Dye.
Brendan Dye for the
crazy.
Owasso Rams.
He's knocking coaches around here on the sideline. Settle down.
Get the football back, and they'll have it 1st and 10. There's a we'll call that a Duralast roofing specialist first down, because they earned that one.
Don't need a torn ACL jumping around.
No. 1st and 10 from the 45. Yeah, we've already got one major surgery in this program with the color commentator here. By the way, if for some reason you can't make the Union game, we will have a 10 seconds of silence.
Hey, thanks.
It'll be 10 more seconds of silence than we've ever gotten from you on this broadcast. So. And now Seth Hammer's back in the ball game as he tries to roll out to the right. He is pummeled there by a couple of defenders. One of them leading the charge is Gavin Duverger, the safety for Edmond Santa Fe, and that'll knock him back for a 5-yard loss. 2nd down and 15. 5:28 left to play here. Yeah, if during that Union game you see the Medflight helicopter lowering a stretcher into the press box, that is going to be Steve Mowry.
I got the ladder truck from the fire department lined up.
Handoff from Hammer goes awry, and he doesn't end up connecting there to make that handoff, and he's brought back for another loss. That's going to bring up 3rd down and about 19 for Owasso. Hammer and Havens kind of using this night. I know Coach Blankenship said, he didn't really come out and say it, but, he's trying to select a quarterback here. And he said if in the pregame show, if one of the players gets hot, they're going to use him. We'll see if Hammer can redeem himself from these couple of tackles for loss here. Twins out to the right, twins out to the left. And now
take a timeout.
Timeout taken by the Owasso Rams. We'll take it with them. We've got 4:24 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Owasso leading at 45-7. Another Owasso Coffee Company timeout coming at you now. You're listening to Ram Football. We're back in 1 minute on 100.1 KYFM.
Can you hear it? It's the sound of hope and health and strength. It's the sound of compassion, of open doors, where people and machines are in tune and miracles occur. It's the sound of personalized healthcare and active communities. It sounds like life, and it's what you hear when you really listen.
We welcome you back on TV as the Owasso Rams lead at 45-7 out of an Owasso Coffee Company timeout. Seth Hammer, the quarterback, dropping back to throw. He'll sling it up the middle of the field, aiming for another player here as it's going to be incomplete. He was aiming for Jeray Austin, and that'll bring up 4th down now for the Owasso Rams. Welcome our listeners on radio back. We came back on TV a little early as play went a little faster than our anticipated timeout, and on 4th down, Owasso in a position they haven't been in too many times tonight. That's sending Hagen Hood back to punt it away for the Rams.
Actually, this quarter's gone faster than anything so far, so fortunately they were just running the football, trying to run this clock out some.
Well, here comes the punting team as they'll see what they can do here. The kick from Hagen Hood is up through the air, and it'll bounce back to about the 28-yard line. 4:08 left to go in the 3rd quarter, 45-7. The score remains. Don't forget to tell your friends and neighbors that you can watch Owasso Ram football throughout the season on the Owasso Sports Network on InsideOwasso.com and listen to it right here on KYFM. We've got another Owasso Coffee Company timeout. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this on 100.1.
Blue team on a 100.
Kelly Ward along with you tonight. 1st and 10 for the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves as they move from right to left on the radio dial. Steve's looking at some scores from around the state. We'll get in on those here in just a few minutes. Pfeiffer out of the gun, dropping back to throw. He'll sling it right side. His ball carrier up to about the 40-yard line. Steve, I looked over and eavesdropped on your phone just enough to see that the Enid Plainsmen are on their way to their first win since 2018.
Over Medill.
Over the Medill.
Yeah.
I don't even know what their mascot is. So 2nd down and 3. Well, that's got to feel good. They're up 42-0, and when you haven't won, when you went 0-10 last year and you haven't won in so long, that's got to be a great feeling, no matter who you're playing. Pfeiffer with the handoff, ranking up the right side. He'll get up to the 44-yard line. That is going to be a first down now for the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves, and they'll move up those chains once again.
I think Rashawn Woods may be the head coach at Enid in his first season. I may have to check that. Jinx now in front of Springdale Harbor 31-15, but the surprise of the night, Bixby 34-0 over the Union Redskins.
Holy smokes. Handoff, Pfeiffer, man up the middle, gets up to about the midfield line, no further.
Moore leads Edmond Memorial 33-13, and Booker T. Washington 28-10 over the SaberCats of Southmore.
Ranking the ball carrier again, brings up 2nd and 5 now.
Another surprise, though, Grant, a lot of people might not be aware of, is Midwest City leading Westmore.
Wow.
14-13 in a battle.
Pfeiffer ready to take the snap here. Handing it off, first man through is going to get up to the 49-yard line of the Owasso Rams. Or as I called it during my first broadcast ever, the 51. So
yeah.
That's been 23 years, and that was brought up yesterday. So, people always remember the glaring mistakes. 3rd down and about 4 to go. Twins out to the right. One man split to the left. Pfeiffer ready to take the snap here. He'll drop back to throw, slinging it right side toward Rankin. Whistle's blowing, no flag flying there, but incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Jake Adams coming up to make the play as Coach Blankenship going deeper into his roster here. One of those other players we added this season was Dominic Franks.
Yes.
Played here at Owasso as a freshman and sophomore before transferring to Union to play for Coach Bill Blankenship.
Handoff, first man through, gets down to the 44-yard line, gets through to the 35, down to the 30. Big run there for the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves. And that is going to be, tell you who that is here in just a second, the player we haven't seen yet. I believe that's Dustin Tupel. First down and 10 from the 32-yard line. And now I believe we've got a timeout on the field, maybe? No. We had coaches walking out on the field like it could have been that, but that didn't happen. 1st and 10 now. Edmond Santa Fe at the Owasso 32-yard line. Twins out to the left, one man split to the right. Pfeiffer ready to take the snap here. Dropping back to throw, they'll sling it out to the left side. Rankin at the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Edmond Santa Fe. They'll get into the double digits tonight. 45-13 our score. 58 seconds left to play in this 3rd quarter. Don't forget, coming up on KYFM after the game, the old scoreboard show is, I think, Max Gross and Garrett Giles and Evan Farbach and all the crew at Bartlesville Radio. They will be bringing you up to date on all the scores from across the state. Extra point being attempted by the Wolves here. And we've got a whistle and a stop in the action here. They're going to call timeout.
Wow.
Before they end up trying to kick the extra point. We'll take a 30-second break. Be back right after this on 100.1 KYFM.
Hi, Rambo. Hey, Rambo. We need to go over some reports. So we had a great 2nd quarter. We opened several new accounts and got new deposits.
We welcome you back to Owasso High School, 45-13 our score, as the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves just scoring in the last moment. And now a flag flying before they can even get the attempt at an extra point off. Not sure what this is going to be, Steve, but we shall see. White Hat's going to come over and call this one on Owasso, it looks like.
Offside against Owasso declined by the Wolves, so we'll just reset.
Extra point attempt coming once again for the Wolves. Here's the kick. It is up through the uprights and good. 45-14 our score. We'll take another Owasso Coffee Company timeout. Be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Ram Football, presented by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM. 58 seconds left to play in this third quarter. Our score 45-14. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry, along with you tonight. Kelly Ward on the sidelines. Eagle Eye Rob Williams is crunching all the numbers and making us sound halfway intelligent. Halfway being the operative word there. Brandon Brewer punching all the buttons and making us sound good tonight. And these ladies who I'm not sure of the names. Hey, just come over here. What's your name?
Michaela Washington.
Michaela Washington and
Aaron Garner.
They're helping us in the booth tonight. So if you know either of them, text them now or reach them on Snapchat, which apparently is their preferred communications up here, Steve.
That's what I hear.
Y'all snap them or text them and tell them you heard them on the radio. 45-14. Your phone's about to blow up, by the way. Back deep to receive for the Owasso Rams, Jeray Austin and Cole Adams. Here comes the kick, end over end. That is going to be fielded at about the 19-yard line. Jeray Austin gets out to the 30 as he'll get out to the 32, and that's where the Rams will have it 1st and 10. 45-14 our score.
Another cramp on the field, and I expected to see really more of this tonight, particularly from Edmond Santa Fe, but this is the only second time that we've seen that. We were talking about Dom Franks earlier, and, you know, he played here at Owasso as a freshman and sophomore before moving down to Union, and then obviously a heralded ball player at the University of Oklahoma and then in the NFL. But I can tell you he was electric here at Owasso as a freshman. He scored 5 touchdowns as a freshman at Muskogee against the Roughers.
Wow.
And rushed for over 300 yards in about 2.5 quarters of play. And actually, I believe, tied the touchdown record set in the late 90s by Adebayo Ayodele, another great running back for Owasso. So I was a little bit hurt when Dom left Owasso, but I think we've made up at this point.
We've got him back. That's okay.
And, you know, the kids really respond to him, and he's been another fine addition to this coaching staff.
Austin Havens is back in the ball game. He'll sling it right side. A pass broken up as he was aiming there for Emery Neely, the sophomore receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. So Havens taking the place of Seth Hammer, who they've been alternating back and forth. Quarterback battles kind of ensued here and may not be determined by the end of the first game. We'll see. They've both done a good job for their first game as Rams tonight. Twins to the left. Keelan Carney is in motion to the left now. Handoff to Carney as he slings out to the left side to the 40, down to the 45, brought down near the 48-yard line. And it should be good enough for a Duralast Roofing Specialist first down.
Carney, another one of those talented players. You don't know what he's going to do when he gets out in the open field, and he can fly.
Yes, absolutely.
That is a tough matchup for anybody once he gets outside.
Yep, he He can run fast, that is for sure. 23 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Twins stacked to the right, one man split to the left. Austin in motion to the right. Carney with the catch. Flags flying as he goes across the 50 down to the 40-yard line. Second flag coming as well.
I think we're going to have a hold by our inside receiver, Jet Williams.
9 seconds left to go, and we'll see what the penalty entails.
Again, we're just seeing Coach Blankenship try to get his young quarterback settled in and comfortable there in the pocket, not doing so much downfield or across the middle, but most of it is just outside, setting up that reception where the receiver catches it with two blockers in front of him.
And now we've come to the end of the third quarter as the clock hits triple zeros. Our score 45-14. Owasso leading it over Edmond Santa Fe. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back right after this Owasso Coffee Company timeout. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football presented by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM. Owasso, Oklahoma. Into the fourth quarter we go. The Rams leading at 45-14. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry along with you tonight. Kelly Ward on the sidelines. Eagle Eye Rob Williams with the stats. And we'll get to another Jay and Company by the number stats update here in just a moment. Handoff. First man through is going to get down to the 50, down to the 48-yard line. And that is going to be Justice Thompson on the run for the Owasso Rams. And that'll be good enough for another well, they're going to move up the chains after a loss of yardage, or the penalties, the loss of yardage on penalties. So he'll get up to bring it up to 2nd and 10, Steve.
Looking at those numbers through three quarters, the Rams with 17 carries for 72 yards. Santa Fe 33 carries for 53 yards. 203 yards through the air for Owasso and 68 for Santa Fe.
Back to throw is Havens as he'll connect on the left side. His receiver gets down to the 40, down to the 38-yard line. Ronnie Thomas on the run there for Owasso.
Kind of doing the little Walter Payton jump step there as he got to the outside. Nice. Total yardage through three quarters, though. Owasso still well comfortably ahead. 275 yards to Edmond Santa Fe's 126. And, of course, a lot of this now is cleanup numbers for Santa Fe.
1st and 10 from the 38. Stacked receivers to the left. One man split to the right. That's Austin. Havens out of the shotgun will hand off. First man through is going to get down to the 30, down to the 27. And again, that's Justice Thompson.
Actually, Neely on the carry.
Or Neely, I'm sorry.
That time.
Yeah.
I mean, they're rotating, and I'm with you, Grant. They're rotating about 4 or 5 different running backs in and out tonight. And I think Coach Blankenship is taking a look at that position more so behind Overstreet as well as he is quarterback, because I think those were the two biggest question marks on his ball club coming into this season.
Another Duralast roofing specialist first down. 1st and 10 now from the 28. As now Ronnie Thomas up the left side gets down to the 18-yard line, close to another first down. Tonight's ball game brought to you in part by the Jim Glover Auto family. Jim Glover, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. In Owasso at 169 and 106th. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, go see them this weekend. They'll make you a great deal, honest deal, and they've got plenty of inventory to pick from. Jared and his crew ready to take care of you, the Jim Glover Auto family, proud supporters of the Owasso Rams. Steve.
Well, let's see what we can do here.
Havens off the left hash mark, taking the snap here. Handing it off.
Neely again.
Neely again, down to the 10-yard line. He'll get down to the 9. Another Duralast roofing specialist first down.
I like what we're seeing from this young man. 5'11", 185-pound, just a sophomore.
First and goal. Zach Harbaugh is getting his money's worth on this drive.
And as we say that, we're going to see Justice Thompson come back into the game. So a nice little rotation here.
Austin Havens ready to take the snap. Twins out to the right, one man to the left. Havens with a quick handoff. Up the left side goes Thompson as he'll get brought down inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. 9:11 left to play here, 45-14 our score. I said that about Zach Harbaugh getting his money's worth, and I get a thumbs up text. Yeah. Well, glad you're satisfied, Zach. And if you want to be satisfied with your new roof, call Zach. He'll do a great job. He did a great job of my house. And appreciate all that he does for our community, Duralast roofing specialist. Man in motion to the right is Ronnie Thomas. He takes the handoff as he rolls out to the right side. He's almost into the end zone, but pushed out of bounds at about the 1-yard line.
I think they windmilled him out of bounds, tried to jump over the pile.
He looked like he did a cartwheel as his feet came up from under him. 8:50 left to play in this one, 45-14 our score. Third and goal from the 2. We'll see what they can do here. Havens.
Neely back in at running back.
Off the right hash mark this time. Neely taking that handoff.
He got caught in the backfield originally and then tackled at the line of scrimmage.
He's trying to bulldoze his way through there and couldn't get anywhere.
Had a Santa Fe player lose his helmet, and he'll take a play off.
8:17 left to play here in this one. 45-14 our score. 8:08, 8:07. Clock keeps rolling. We're going to try to kick a field goal here. Hagen Hood ready to do the honors. It's a 20-yard attempt. Here comes the kick. It is up through the uprights and good. It is now 48-14. 7:51 left to go in this one. This field goal brought to you by Owasso First Assembly of God. As we come to the top of the hour, this is KYFM Bartlesville, KYFM HD1 Bartlesville. Taking a Owasso Coffee Company timeout and be back in 30 seconds on 100.1 KYFM.
Can you hear it? It's the sound of hope and health and strength. It's the sound of compassion, of open doors, where people and machines are in tune and miracles occur. It's the sound of personalized healthcare and active communities. It sounds like life, and it's what you hear when you really listen.
To Owasso, 7:51 left to go in this one, 48-14 our score. Rams leading Edmond Santa Fe. Glad to have you along with us tonight on 100.1 KYFM and on the Owasso Sports Network. This year powered by Hometown Insurance and Agent Keith 2. Don't call him tonight, call him Monday because he will be open for business and ready to give you the most competitive quotes on insurance. Appreciate him and his sponsorship of our video feed this year. Back deep to receive the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves. We'll send that talented receiver, Talon Sheffron. And we await the kick from the Owasso Rams. End over end kick is going to be fielded short there at about the 39-yard line. That's where they're going to bring that fella down. And on the return there for Edmond Santa Fe, that looks to be Caden Peters. That'll bring up 1st and 10 now for the Wolves from their own 36-yard line with another by the numbers stats update and scoring drive brought to you by J & Company Certified Public Accountants. Here's Steve.
Well, that last field goal was a 20-yard field goal by Hagan Hood, and it was 12 plays, 65 yards, covered 5 minutes. And the Rams increased their lead to 48-14. Have really been in complete control of this game since the beginning.
Twins to the right, one man to the left. Man in motion to the left as he'll take the handoff from Pfeiffer, the quarterback. He'll be brought down at about the 39-yard line. And on the run there for Edmond Santa Fe was Sean Allen, the senior receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down and about 7.
So the Rams will be on the road next week to take on the Purple Dogs at Fayetteville. Another tough matchup.
Yeah. Fayetteville, of course, a perennial powerhouse in that state that Steve keeps telling us we mention too much.
Yeah, that state to the east.
Handoff, first man through is going to be Ethan Heiss. He'll get down to about the 46-yard line, close to a 1st down, doesn't quite get it. That'll bring up 3rd down, just because, you know, Brandon and I did grow up over there.
Oh, man.
Brandon, a proud graduate of Greenwood High School. That's where Rick Jones went after he left Broken Arrow, if you remember that.
Yep.
That's where my daughter goes to school. Man in motion to the left. Handoff. Shethron is going to get down to the 50. We've got
players bouncing out of bounds over in front of the Santa Fe bench.
Well, I think
like a WWE match lit up over there.
A member of the chain gang got body slammed over there, it looked like. I hope he's okay.
Well, I'm checking out. Mr. Dossett is on the sideline, and he's.
Yeah, Mr. Dossett's tougher than that.
Hey, hang on. We may have. He may have let the down marker pole get bent.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Are we gonna have to take back his?
We're gonna have to take that over to the FFA barn and get that straightened out.
We're gonna have to take it. Oh no.
Yeah, we're gonna have to run. We're gonna have to run that over and get that repaired. Good news is Mr. Dossett, still quick as a cat on his feet, able to get out of the way and avoid injury.
Well, we'll let him keep his Man of the Year award from the chamber. Sure. Back to throw is Pfeiffer as he connects with an open man at the 45, down to the 40, getting down to the 37. And on the run there for Edmond Santa Fe, that was Jaden Neff, I believe. Maybe that was Sean Allen. Sorry about that. These gray on white numbers, not the easiest thing to see sometimes when the lights are reflecting on them. 6 minutes left to go here. Pfeiffer, the quarterback. Twins to the right, one man split to the left. He'll take the snap here. Handoff, first man through, gets up to the 36-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3 on the play to bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Wolves. Well, that trip to Fayetteville's our only out-of-state trip this year. We had 2 in the past couple of years, or 2 out-of-state opponents when we would have Bentonville West and Fayetteville on the schedule. Twins to the left, one man to the right. And now dropping or handing it off. They'll get it up to the 30-yard line. Fayetteville is under the tutelage of first-year head coach Casey Dick, the former quarterback from the University of Arkansas.
Of course, yeah.
And
I'm pretty sure that everyone in America is just 6 people away from being related to someone in Arkansas. I don't want to track that here tonight because we don't.
Probably so.
We're going to run out of time, but
we probably have 7 mutual friends on Facebook.
Pretty sure.
If you've ever been to Little Rock, so.
Wow.
Pfeiffer handing it off again. His first man through, pummeling up the middle. He'll get to the 30-yard line. And another first down.
Boy. When you're looking for filler material, that's where we go.
Start making fun of me and Brandon Brewer.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, look.
Hey, don't forget.
You can't put it out there on a silver platter for me and expect me to leave it alone, okay? I mean, my goodness, you give me so much to work with here.
Don't forget, we get to pick your replacement if you don't make the game. So, hand off to the first man through. He'll get down to about the 23-yard line. And that is going to be a 7-yard gain to bring up second down and 3. I just wonder what kind of patient you're going to be for Renee here in a couple of weeks.
Well, now for Renee, I'll be very patient.
you ought to.
I'm not a very good patient, but
Renee ought to be nominated for sainthood, and she's a Baptist.
Yep, that is true.
Back to throw, Pfeiffer aiming for the end zone. Is it caught?
I think he caught it. We had a defender in the area in the back corner of the end zone on the right. It was a jump ball. Jake Adams just wasn't quite able to get up high enough, and I think that's going to be a touchdown for the Wolves.
Looks like Tabry Chetron was the receiver that got that. And that'll put Edmond Santa Fe in position to try to kick an extra point here. 48-20 our score.
Really wasn't bad defense. We had the corner in the area. It was just a jump ball and was unable to get it knocked out.
Here's the kick. It is up through the uprights and good. 48-21 our score. 3:29 left to go in this one. We will take an Owasso Coffee Company timeout and be back right after this 30-second break. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football presented by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM.
Hi, Rambo. Hey, Rambo. We need to go over some reports. So we had a great second quarter. We opened several new accounts and got new deposits.
Well, we appreciate our friends at First Bank of Owasso for being a fine sponsor of Ram Sports here on 100.1 KYFM and the Owasso Sports Network. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry along with you. I was actually sitting with Dee Sokolowski at halftime, and he, of course, is decked out in his OSU orange, Steve. So we had a good visit, and we appreciate his sponsorship of Owasso Rams and basically anything the Rams do.
Well, I bet he's finally glad to see some good football.
Well, he was a sponsor of.
No, I meant here at Owasso.
Yeah, I know. I'm just teeing it up at the 40-yard line. We know what you meant.
So did D.
Back deep to receive. D, you can be Steve's replacement if he doesn't make the Union game there. End-over-end kick is going to be fielded by Keelan Carney at the 25-yard line. He'll get up to about the 29 before he's brought down and stopped. 3:22 left to play here.
So D is one of those people that, and I've said this on a couple occasions, if there's anybody else that's done it, well, I just want to know if you're out there. But I was fortunate to attend Owasso's first state championship back in '74, and of course the last two. D has been at all three Owasso state championships.
He has,
along with Frosty Turpin.
Yep.
And there are not many people who have the claim to fame that they've been to all three Owasso state championships, and D is one of those. He and his family here for a long time, and a wonderful group.
Handoff, first man through is going to get down to about the 37-yard line. Justice Thompson on the run for Owasso. So UD and Frosty.
So far, I mean, I'm sure.
The three that we know of so far.
Yes.
Well.
But if anybody else has, it would be, I think it'd just be fun to know if.
Stand up and be recognized.
Yes.
You can tweet us. Second down and about 7 to go. Handoff from quarterback is down to the 40-yard line they go. And we've got a new quarterback in play, Steve, and this is actually going to be Seth Heinrichs. He's getting some playing time tonight. So 2:34 left to play here. Yeah, we talked about that a lot last year during the state championship.
Yep.
Of course, Dee and I rode down together and got a chance to hear all about that Ada game. And
yep.
Heinrichs, the quarterback, handing it off to Justice Thompson again. He'll get down to about the 47-yard line.
And see, I get a text from a high school friend. Sandy Osdickenberg-Blevin says she was at all three.
There you go.
Of those, so there we go.
Second down and 4 to go here. Well,
I'm not saying any of us are old, okay?
As a newcomer to Owasso, I've been to one. So, and I did watch the 2017 one on TV when Channel 6 had the game on. So that was I'd lived in Owasso about a week when that happened. Handoff, first man through, gets up to the 46-yard line. Third down and no gain there for the Owasso Rams. But I will tell you this, Steve, moving to Owasso has been the best thing that ever happened to me or my family. We just love being able to do what we do here, and boy, this football team's so much fun to follow.
Yeah.
And you're a big reason I moved here.
Oh.
Did you know that?
Wow, no.
Well, the first year I was married
What'd you
to
need
her,
bailed out of jail? What was the deal there?
Well, no, I had to go back and forth to Wichita a lot.
Yeah.
And I listened to you and Travis every Friday night, and I said, that's the town I want to live in.
Okay.
Handoff from Heinrichs to the first man through.
That's Thompson again.
Get it
I
to
tell
Thompson.
You, I like this rotation of Thompson and Neely. I know it's kind of cleanup time, and that's how people feel, but I like this rotation that we're getting here. I know Overstreet's going to be the main guy, but, we ran into a little problem in the state championship last year where we had a couple of running backs go down, and, we had to use a mod triplet back there at the running back position. And he did fine, but that's not really what you want to do with your starting linebacker.
First and 10 Rams. We've got twins out to the right side. All of our starters have been pulled at this point. Heinrichs, the quarterback, is going to hand off. First man through, Thompson again. He'll get to the 40, down to the 36-yard line.
They both kind of mirror one another, do Thompson and Neely. They're not big in stature, but they're that shifty, able to move side to side, and they're just hard to get a hold of. So something to look forward to.
And now we've got another Owasso coffee. Oh, no, we're just going to let the clock run out. So I'm coming off the field, and Owasso goes 1-0 tonight, and they win their season opener 48-21 over the Wolves of Edmond Santa Fe.
Extend their win streak to 14.
Absolutely. So with that, we will take a break and be back for the First United Mortgage Group Ram recap. We've got our J & Company final stats update by the numbers, and we'll be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM.
Join your victorious Owasso Rams in the pride of Owasso in the playing and singing of the Owasso High School alma mater.
All right, we welcome you back. We are in the midst of a 48-21 victory party here in the press box high above Owasso Stadium. Grant Merrill and Steve Mowry along with you, Kelly Ward, and the First United Bank Mortgage Group Ram recap coming at you now. Let's go down to Kelly on the sideline. He's got Bill Blankenship.
Final score, 48-21 over Edmond Santa Fe tonight. Coach, a disciplined game, a quality game, a game that you were able to bring in some other guys in and see who might be some standouts. Who are some standouts tonight with you on this team?
Golly, I thought we made a lot of plays on offense early on. That's the exciting thing about having so many receivers back, and we passed it around quite a bit. And then defensively, we were really dominant. Had we not gotten the one turnover on the punt and then a pass interference, I think they would have probably not gotten down on our side of the field on our first unit. But we got other guys in the game and got to play, and I'm very proud of them.
Going to Fayetteville next Friday night, what are we looking at Fayetteville?
I don't know. I haven't seen them on film. That's a tradition-rich program. I know that Fayetteville High School is a hard place to play, and so we're going to have to be ready. They put it on us pretty good last time we went there.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, and that they did. That was one of the last losses we had, Steve, was back at Fayetteville Harmon Field 2 years ago. It's hard to believe it's been that long since we were there in 2018, but we'll be there next week. Our final tonight, 48-21. Your overall thoughts on our play tonight, on our quarterback situation, on everything happening with these Owasso Rams?
Well, I think the quarterback situation is still up in the air for Coach Blankenship, and again, these guys just got out into live reps. One's a senior, one's a sophomore. One has experience, one doesn't. They both look the part. They both look comfortable in the pocket. They can both throw the deep ball. Accuracy was still a little bit of an issue, particularly on the outside patterns. We didn't really see anything short over the middle, nothing to the tight ends, but boy, our wide receiver core can cover a lot of mistakes, making catches and then running after the catch. Offensive line up front, I think, kept control of the game. Defensively, I don't think you can ask any more from this Owasso Ram defense from what they did tonight. Coming in, a question there was our corners, the loss of Mayberry and Barker, but really our secondary, I thought, played exceptional overall, especially against a heralded young man who is ranked as one of the number 3 players in the state of Oklahoma and number 1 at wide receiver, and we really kept this offense of Santa Fe in check. So very, really, we had the one mistake on special teams. Gage Laney, he's a senior. He knows better than that, but, the kid, he does, but he just hustles, and if he can get there, he can make a play. And you turn around, and he gets a pick 6 from 37 yards out and almost had another one in the game. So I don't think Coach Blankenship can be any happier for an opening game with the abnormal summer that we had here. And by the way, if you want to know more about that, join us at the Breakfast Club, 7 a.m. on Wednesdays at Trails Inn, because Coach B will go over film and you can ask him any questions that you have, because a lot of new things for us. But as he mentioned, he's been coaching 37 years, and he's never encountered anything like this, as none of us have.
Right.
So everybody's walking through this together, and to go through that and to come out like the Rams did tonight. Wow, how can you not be any happier with your kids than the way they performed here on the field here at home tonight? 1-0 for the week, 1-0 on the season, 14 games in a row. I mean, the ball's rolling.
I can promise you, if you think you know football, you'll learn 2 or 3 things that you never knew watching Coach B on Wednesday mornings. It's a great deal, and if you want to do that, just reach out to the Owasso Ram Booster Club on Facebook. They can tell you how to sign up and make your reservations for breakfast on Wednesday morning. All right, our By the Numbers Stats Update brought to you by Matt J. and his crew at J & Company, Certified Public Accountants. And, Steve, what do the final numbers look like tonight?
Well, not a lot going on in the second half. With that big lead, the Rams were just protecting it, and it gave Coach Blankenship and his staff an opportunity to see what he has as far as going down the depth chart. So the numbers do even out somewhat as we go through. But looking at the rushing yardage for Owasso, 28 carries for 136 yards, 226 yards through the air. Owasso quarterbacks combined, well, everybody throwing a pass, 12 of 19, no interceptions on the night. The Rams finished with 362 yards. On the other side, it was defensive. The Santa Fe ends up with 190 total yards, but a lot of that just coming there in the second half. 9 of 24 with 1 interception was Pfeiffer for Santa Fe. 100 yards on the ground. Again, a lot of that came in the second half. They only had like 29 in the first half. Looking at the individual numbers, Heitch ends up with 43 yards and a touchdown. Snoddy with 40 yards rushing. Tupel with 38 yards, and then Pfeiffer, he was harassed in the pocket all night long because of the sacks. It was minus 47. He was 9 of 24 with the 1 interception. He was held under 100 yards with only 90 yards passing. His main receiver was Rankin, had 3 receptions for 43 yards. Neal, 1 reception for 2 yards. Chatron, 29 yards on 2 receptions, and then 6 yards each for Snooty and Tabry Chatron. Man, on the other side, the numbers just outstanding for the Rams offensively. Overstreet, 5 carries for 15 yards. Thompson, 9 carries for 36 yards. Cole Adams, he had a carry for 29 yards and a touchdown. Goins, a 1 carry for 13 yards and a touchdown. You know, one of the surprises of the night. Trey Goins comes out, our wide receiver, lines up at quarterback, and is effective. Albeit he was just running, but very effective. In the passing game, Hammer, 3 of 6 for 75 yards and a touchdown. Havens, 8 of 12 for 119 yards and a touchdown. Cole Adams on the halfback pass, 1 of 1, 32-yard touchdown pass. Receiving for the Rams, 6 receivers got in the action here tonight. The leading receiver, Jeray Austin, had 2 receptions for 83 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cole Adams, 3 receptions for 62 yards and a touchdown. Trey Goins had a reception for 18 yards. Carney, 2 catches for 11 yards. Ronnie Thomas in the action with 3 receptions and 40 yards, and even Overstreet out of the backfield had a reception for 12 yards. So you know, total yardage, 362 for the Rams, 190 for Santa Fe. Really, Rams were in control from beginning to the end of this ball game.
All right. Well, those are your numbers brought to you by Matt J. and his crew at J & Company CPA. And, of course, man, what a great job Rob Williams did of compiling all those tonight. He had plenty of numbers to work with, but did a great job of putting that all together. Well, any final comments? I know right now we've got to name a McDonald's player of the game. Who you got?
Well, I mean, we said it early on. Cole Adams did it all. And, the numbers are so spread out that no one just jumps out at you. I like the play of Hammer at quarterback, Havens at quarterback. Brendan Dye, I don't have his numbers or triplets numbers on tackles, but they had their nose mixed in the pile all night long. But Cole Adams, he got things going early for Owasso, runs for a touchdown, passes for a touchdown, and, I think we give that to the sophomore tonight.
Okay. Cole Adams, your McDonald's player of the game. He'll get a nice gift card to do with what he wants for any of the 3 Owasso McDonald's locations. And we appreciate Tim and Patty Rich and their crew for being our sponsor of that honor this year and every other year that we've done this broadcast here on 100.1 KYFM. Well, that is going to do it tonight for us. We appreciate you making us a part of your evening right here on KYFM and on the Owasso Sports Network. 1 week from tonight, we will be on the road, headed down the Cherokee Turnpike in Fayetteville, Arkansas. We'll be at Harmon Field, the home of the Purple Dogs.
7:30 time?
Maybe 7 o'clock. We will double check on that, and we will have that on Inside Owasso this week. All of the you're home for all of the information that you need for Owasso Ram football. But be sure and follow Rick Heaton's coverage throughout the week, and we'll have you a good. It is a 7 o'clock kick. Brandon Brewer has just informed us, so we will be on the air at 6:15 on KYFM and on the Owasso Sports Network. Thank you for being with us tonight. Appreciate each and every one of you. For Kelly Ward, for Rob Williams, for Brandon Brewer, for Steve Mowry, I'm Grant Merrill saying good night, God bless you, and thanks for listening. Owasso wins it 48-21 over Edmond Santa Fe. Good night. This is Ram Football on KYFM.